going on, everybody? Welcome to today's stream. It is the 49ers taking on the Houston Texans. The protege takes on the former master, so really looking forward to this one. It's going to be Kyle Shanahan, Demeco Ryans. What's going on, everybody? We got Annie in the house, Miss Tolpagan. We got National Tight End Day. George Kittle, of course, coined National Tight End Day. You are going to be hearing that on the broadcast about 10,000 times today. Not from me. I like it. I think it's cool, but I think the novelty not worn off, but it's still a little interesting. Drew, we got in the house. We got forcing me to choose between an Iowa State basketball exhibition game on ESPN Plus, shifty play-by-play. It's no bueno. We got Nick in the house. Nick, if you could let me know how the audio is. Hopefully everything is okay. Drew also says, I also look forward to being scolded for spoilers, even though I'm only listening to Shifty's play-by-play. Folks need to make sure their feed is live and not delayed before accusing other folks. That is true. That's totally true. I completely look. It's interesting. I think it's awesome that people rely and get their feed in line with me. But sometimes feeds can kind of fall forward, backward, what have you. It is what it is. Fine sounds fine, a little echo. Okay, hopefully not too bad. Let me see. Crazy guy. Hello, my peoples. I probably won't join until the end of the second or third quarter because I'm at the hospital visiting my dad. Thank you to whoever gifted me a membership. So, crazy guy, that's a bummer, man. I'm really sorry to hear that your dad's in the hospital. Hopefully everything is pretty okay. Hopefully everything's okay, man, and he'll pull through and be all right. Audio is good enough. Cool. I'll take that. Good enough is good enough. Drew, I was mistaken. Sorry. That was probably about going back and forth about the spoiler dealio thing. So it's about maybe 13 minutes or so away from kickoff. San Francisco takes on the Houston Texans. Now, a lot of players are missing in this game, as we know for the 49ers. Every single game, we're losing players. Fred Warner and we know Nick Bosa are done for the year. Also, Bryce Huff, not done for the year, but Bryce Huff is going to miss a couple of games. So even though our pass rush was already struggling quite a bit, it's going to struggle even more today. There is no Bryce Huff, who is the leading sacker, or the player with the most sacks. Leading sacker sounds a bit weird. The player with the most sacks on the season is out for today. Probably gonna miss what next week as well. So that's no bueno. Defensively, who's going to step up in the pass rush? You have, I think Robert Beal might be active for this game. You're going to have Sam O. You are going to have, who else is going to be? Travis Gibson. Is William Bradley King going to be playing today? It's going to be just, Salah's going to have a masterclass today with just scheming up pressure. I won't be surprised to see a lot of blitzing. The Houston Texans offensive line is not amazing, so I think that maybe you'll see some exotic blitzes, players, just a lot of stunts, different actions up front to confuse at least the offensive line and try and generate pressure that way. Also, look, it's another big game for our defensive tackles when you have Jordan Elliott, Kalia Davis. You have, of course, the rookies. You have CJ West, Alfred Collins, these guys, and Kevin Givens as well. So there'll be a nice rotation at defensive tackle. The 49ers have not made a trade yet. One thing, so the NFL, what they've tried to do to facilitate more trades this year is they've moved the trade deadline back. Now, while I do understand that, the theory and the The logic behind that thinking, I believe what it's also done, though, is a lot of teams who are maybe like, maybe are we still in with this shot? Maybe we don't want to throw the season away yet. It's just delaying things. So it seems to me like it's not necessarily increasing the amount of trades. It's just delaying the trades that are going to happen. So, for example, if like it used to be week 6 was the trade deadline back then, if it was still the case, then would potentially the Bengals have, moved a guy like Trey Hendrickson? I probably think they would not have, but still, just something to think about. So I don't know if it's increased trades. I think it's just delayed them. But I do expect the 49ers to be active, and we do hear Adam Schefter saying that, look, the Niners are active in calling teams. I just think that teams right now who are maybe on the borderline of, do we want to sell at the trade deadline? Do we want to keep what we have? I think it's just pushing things back. So they don't have to make a decision now. Unless, of course, they get an offer that they just simply can't refuse. Offensively for the game, Jordan Watkins, the rookie wide receiver out of Ole Miss, he made some big plays in preseason, also looked pretty darn good in training camp. It's his first game that he will be playing in this season and in his career. So your wide receivers for today, you're looking at Kendrick Bourne, Jawan Jennings, Demarcus Robinson, Sky Moore, and, of course, Jordan Watkins. MVS, I believe, was released, and I don't know where he is now. Maybe he was re-signed to the practice squad. But just a couple of things to think about there. So we have the rookie wide receiver who does have speed. And now look, MVS is not there, and he was a guy where, although we haven't really been throwing that deep consistently with Mac Jones, Jordan Watkins is now the speed threat. He has that 4.3 speed. So don't be surprised to see a lot of Jordan Watkins on clear out routes, really trying to open up things underneath for wide receivers. Today is, and as Ann said, and it's going to be said a lot, today is National Tight Ends Day, which, yes, any broadcast that you watch, you're going to be hearing about it at least 10,000 times. And I think that's what really kind of like, I think it's a cool idea. I liked, George Kittle coined this holiday for the tight ends who, typically maybe don't get as much love as they should. But yeah, I think just the amount that it's like every 5 seconds, a tight end catches a ball and it's like, oh, it's National Tight End. It's like, okay, we get it. But I think this could be a big George Kittle game. Of course, he came back last week against the Atlanta Falcons at home. The run game just improved hugely, immensely. That just goes to show you how good George Kittle is as a blocker, and just what he can bring to the table. He had a couple of targets, didn't have any catches. I do expect that to change this week. And they are showing it on Fox now. And we do have to say that, the former Jets center, really, really good center, Nick Mangold, has unfortunately passed away at the very young age of 41. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it was something, I don't know if it was like kidneys or something like that, but rest in peace to Nick Mangold, a very good center for the Jets and played in some big games. The Jets did, it's been a while since the Jets have been very good, but they did go to back-to-back AFC championship games back about 15, 16 years ago when Mangold was there, and very good player. So rest in peace, Nick Mangold. Maybe about 7-8 minutes or so, I'm going to call it, from kickoff between the 49ers and the Texans. We have the teacher and the protege, the teacher and the student, Kyle Shanahan up against Demeco Ryans. This ought to be good. Look, Houston's offense has been struggling quite a bit. Their offensive line's not great. Houston is also without Nico Collins and without Christian Kirk. So expect to see, and I know Drew might be liking this, maybe not for the 49ers, but expect to see those rookie Iowa State wide receivers, Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel. Those guys are going to see a lot of action today. Their tight end Dalton Schultz, and then you have running back Nick Chubb, and Chubb is someone who is, obviously gone through some horrific injuries himself. he is back playing and playing pretty decently. Tuning into my fave live stream. Let's go. Boo Station only showing the Eagles. Thanks for all you do, Shifty. There we go. Alicia Ember. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hutchinson, Higgins, and Noel are going to be hard to stop. Yeah, Higgins and Noel. That's the thing. With rookies, you just never know. Like, they could be poised for just a massive breakout game. I think that the Houston Texans are banged up at wide receiver. You don't need to tell the 49ers about injuries. That's just kind of par for the course, seemingly, with the Niners. But obviously, you can't overlook the Houston wide receivers. The Houston Texans, they are wearing their kind of newer uniforms, and I just realized that too late, or else I would have done the score bug a little differently with their newer logos and what have you. But they're pretty nice. They're pretty nice uniforms. For the 49ers, yes, you have, offensively, it's going to be pretty much the same as what we've been seeing the last, especially compared to last week. George Kittle is back, McCaffrey, Juszczyk. Then you're going to see KB, Jennings. Demarcus Robinson had a really bad drop last week. Also had a pretty bad drop against the Buccaneers the week before. However, he was able to make up for it against the Buccaneers almost immediately after. But I think Demarcus Robinson needs to have a couple of good plays. Maybe they try and get him the ball early just so he can kind of put that really bad drop behind him. Last week, Mac Jones just aired it out and right in the bucket and just, kind of fell incomplete. So bear with me, guys. I'm just going to grab a quick drink of water, and then we'll be back momentarily with the kickoff. 49ers Texans in the Lone Star State. Let's go. Alrighty. Let's go. Fun fact, Cowboys have not beat the Broncos since the Cowboys' last Super Bowl run. Interesting, crazy guy. I did not know that was a thing. Evening Shifty, is Jones a better quarterback than Purdy? Asked Colin Page. No, I don't think so. I think Jones has been playing incredibly well, especially as a backup, but I don't think that he is... I don't think that Mac Jones is better than Brock Purdy. I think the ceiling is higher with Brock Purdy, although, look, Brock Purdy, he's played a tough game week 1 at Seattle. We got the win. He didn't play amazing there, but did enough to get the win. He was still injured clearly against the Jaguars, didn't play great. I'm not going to deny that. I do think the ceiling is just higher with Brock Purdy, especially with his mobility. But also, look, I'm really happy with how Mac Jones has been playing. I think you have to be, especially considering the money that we're paying him. Now, there is something to be said. Sorry, I got water and forgot to drink it. There is something to be said where, hindsight's 2020, where, look, if the Niners could maybe go back in time and say, we're just going to pay Mac Jones, the 2-year, $7 million deal, whatever. We're not going to pay Brock Purdy, and we're going to spend whatever $50 million on other players. Then you could make an argument, yeah. But again, it's hindsight's 2020. If I told you, months ago that it's going to be Mac Jones will be our starting quarterback, I think most 49er fans would have been outraged. But yeah. And look, Purdy was playing quite well, and I still have a lot of faith in Brock Purdy. It sucks that he's been injured. But hopefully he'll be back soon. I don't anticipate Purdy to be back against next week. Against the New York Giants in MetLife Stadium. We all know about the stadium there. Just, I don't even want to say anything, but I think Purdy maybe comes back the week after, because after the Giants, we play back-to-back division games, Rams and then the Cardinals, and they've never, not never, but this season they haven't seen Brock Purdy, so it'll be a little bit of a difference there if we have to make them game plan for Brock Purdy as opposed to Mac Jones. Ben, I have said this every week, and hopefully this is all week. I just want the 49ers second to not leave people wide open. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you. Malik Mustafa is going to be getting more game time, and I think that he'll be out there being able to assist in making sure that people are lined up correctly, especially rookies. When it's like Upton Stout, Marquise Siegel, these guys, they're rookies, like they're not going to be perfect, and you have to like live with those mistakes. But hopefully our veteran guys like Lenore, Mustafa, Renardo Green. I mean, even I say veteran guys, but they're in their second year, but can really help guys to get lined up correctly and know what their role is. Eric Dane, what's going on, buddy? What's going on, my man? Jones is better than an injured Purdy. Yeah, probably. I mean, I won't deny that. Look, again, like I love that Mac Jones is playing well. That's really good for the 49ers. It's a reason why we're 5-2, because Mac Jones has come in and played so well. So I love the way Mac Jones is playing. I am really stoked that we have two good quarterbacks on the roster. And if some team in the offseason goes, hey, we want to give you a first-round pick for Mac Jones, then so be it, we'll see what happens. But we are just about to be going live. San Francisco 49ers taking on the Houston Texans. The Texans, I believe, will get the... let's actually wait and see. Thought I saw Eddie Pinheiro out there. Cool username. Hey, everyone. Hope everyone has had a great weekend. Let's get this dub. Let's go. Yeah, they are showing the 2006 Houston Texans. Robert Saleh, defensive assistant. Kyle Shanahan, the wide receivers coach. Demeco Ryans, a player. Come on, Niners. Let's go. Don't forget to like the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Here we freaking go. That's going to be the storyline all game, of course. Demeco Ryans and, formerly with the 49ers. And I understand it. Those Texans uniforms are pretty nice, actually. I quite like the helmets are pretty cool, too. So let's see. I'm not sure. They're not really showing who's going to be getting the ball first. I'm sure they probably said it on the broadcast, but can't play the audio here or else the stream gets taken down pretty quickly, I would imagine. Yeah, look, 49ers wearing the road whites, just the classic road whites. And let's see, hopefully the Niners can play well, get a big win, and remain injury-free. Hi, everyone. Hi, Shift. You've been in the hospital since Thursday. Oh, jeepers, Melissa. Hopefully you are okay. Best wishes to you, Melissa. Hopefully you're all right. Wishing the best for you in the hospital. So the Niners are going to get the ball first. Never mind. The Texans get the ball first. Eddie Pinheiro kicks the ball away, and it's going to be fielded at the 7-yard line. Returns it back to the 28-yard line. So, okay return for the Texans. Nice job so far by the 49ers special teams. CJ Stroud is coming out to take the field. Alrighty. Let's go 49ers defense. The skeleton crew almost of the 49ers defense. Let's see what we can do here if we can get some stops early on, build the confidence of the defensive players. That would be huge. Here we go. CJ Stroud coming out behind center. Sam O on the end. Behind center, two backs in the backfield. Snap. Fakes the handoff. Looks downfield. Incomplete, but that's probably going to be a flag against Renardo Green. It is not. It looked like Renardo Green, and I think that's Jaden Higgins, kind of got tangled up a little bit. But it's going to be 2nd down and 10. Special team still sucks. My God, that was pretty good, actually. I mean, Devastator, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, best wishes to you, Melissa. Hopefully you are doing okay. 2nd and 10 for the Houston Texans. CJ Stroud's going to be in the gun with a back to his right, and I believe that is Nick Chubb, if I'm not mistaken, from their own 28-yard line. Niners are 4 down linemen, showing potential man coverage. They hand it off up the middle. That's a pretty good run there, and Chubb is falling forward. Ends up getting about 8, maybe 9 yards on the play. Looked to be stopped for a gain of about 5 or 6, and then just falls forward and gets another 2 or 3 yards. Shifty, what's going on, buddy? Here's hoping we get a win and put an end to, yeah, hopefully, my man, hopefully. Randall Hex, I thought there was maybe going to be a flag on that first down, but because it looked like there was contact between the DB and wide receiver, but no flag. It is 3rd and a long one. Snap is away. Stroud's rolling to his left, throws it, and it's going to be caught. First down, Texans. And I believe that's the rookie Jalen Noel. So Stroud just snap, immediately rolls to his left. You have Noel on an out, just a quick out, and it gets enough depth for the first down. Renardo Green just kind of caught in a little bit of a vertical stretch there. And yeah, good play call, good design by the Texans. It is a first down, Houston, up to their 40-ish yard line. They're at there, yeah, about 40. Stroud is in the gun, back to his right. Snap, hands it up the middle, and gets about maybe 5, 6 yards on the play. Does Nick Chubb. You have Givens out there, Jordan Elliott, Michael Williams, of course, Sam Okuwanu. Best wishes to Melissa. Get well soon. Iowa State enters the chat. Yes, back in the day it was a Walsh tree of coaching. Now there is a Shanahan tree. I mean, you could argue how good has it been. You know, Saleh. I mean, I like Saleh a lot, but as a head coach, I don't know. Mike McDaniel's iffy, but so I mean, Demeco has been pretty good. Behind center is CJ Stroud at 2nd and 5. The lone back. Snap is away. They fake the handoff. Under pressure, throws it downfield. It's going to be caught. And that's going to be Braxton Berrios. I forgot that he was with the Houston Texans. And that is a first down. Good enough for the first down. Stroud was under some pressure. D. Winters on the blitz. But just it's tough for, to kind of when you have a quick wide receiver just going all the way across the field to kind of keep up with that. Tough ask. And first down, Houston. They are into 49ers territory up to the Niners 46. Niners got to get something going here. Need to force a negative play. It seems like Stroud behind center. There's no back. Oh, there is a back. I just couldn't even see him. He was like camouflaged with the midfield logo. Gets about 5 yards on first down. And that's the thing. Is it 10 a.m. in San Francisco? It is. Yes, it is. There's a flag on the play here. So if this is potentially a holding, then that would be awesome. It's a legal shift against the Houston Texans. So instead of 2nd and 5, it's going to be 1st and 15. So that's kind of what I said the Niners defense needed a negative play. Although we didn't force a negative play, it now pushes Houston back quite a bit into a more difficult situation. So this is where the defense, look, on 1st and 15, if you can hold them to, no gain or little to no gain, you really put yourself in a good position. Stroud is going to be in the gun, back to his right. 2 receivers up top, tight end receiver down low. Snap. Fakes the handoff, throws a quick out. It's going to be, I don't know if that's going to, not caught. Incomplete. Looking for Hutchinson, and Stroud just threw it too high, too difficult for Hutchinson to come down with. Thanks for all the well wishes, everyone. Sorry I can't reply to you individually, just listening today. No worries, Melissa. Glad to have you here. Always good to have you here, and yeah. What's up, Shifty? Christian, how are we doing, buddy? Christian, how are we doing, my man? 31 people, guys. Like the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's go. Okay, 2nd and 15 for the Texans at their own 49. Stroud takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Okay gain up the middle. Gets about maybe 4 yards. So this is going to be a 3rd and 11. Now, the Houston Texans are in what I like to call the interesting part of the field, where 3rd and 11. If they get 8 yards, they could potentially go for it on 4th down. Ideally with the Niners here, look, you force an incomplete or negative play or something like that. That's what you want to see. And so here we go. 11-11 left in the first quarter, and it's 3rd and 11. So Stroud in the gun. Back to his right is Ogunbowale, I think. Niners showing pressure. They do bring it off the edge. Throws it quick. It's going to be caught, and that's going to be a 1st down. Braxton Berrios knocking through a whole bunch of guys, and in typical 49er fashion, they're getting the 1st down on a 3rd and long. We give up the 3rd and long. Looked like there was a little bit of confusion there between Bethune and Upton Stout, and didn't really know who was kind of... Jair Brown misses the tackle, and then D. Winters doesn't make the tackle, and it's just giving up the 1st down. Brutal on 3rd and 11. 1st and 10 now for the Texans at the Niners 33. Snap is away, fakes the handoff. Stroud looking, just dumps it and has to throw it away. There's a flag on the play, and this might be against San Francisco. Ineligible man downfield, actually, for the Texans. Unless there's flags on both teams. The Texans seem to think there's a flag against D. Winters for illegal contact. And it is a legal man downfield for the Texans. So again, we're going to be backing them up into, it's going to be 1st and 15 through their own mistake. You feel like here, the Niners, you have to hold them to 3. It's 1st and 15 at the Niners 38. You hold them to 3. This might be, the first drive of the game might be the best shot that the Houston Texans had. They would have been practicing this drive all week long. 1st and 15. Snap is away. Stroud is looking to throw. He's got all time back there. Dumps it off. Get him down, Upton Stout. That's a pretty good... It is still a gain, maybe a 3 or 4, let's say called 4 yards on the play. Upton Stout, use the sideline. They give him 5 yards. Use the sideline to your advantage. Flag count is at... Well, I think it's at 2 right now. 2 flags. I thought there maybe would have been 1 against San Francisco earlier, but pick up a 5. I think Upton Stout needed to use the sideline to his advantage a little bit more. Push him out. 2nd and 10 at the Niners 33. They fake the handoff. Stroud rolls to his right, dumps it off. Going to be caught, tackled immediately by Diamador Lenore. That's going to be a pickup of 2, maybe 3. So this is going to be about 3rd and 7, we're going to call it. This is a big-time play here for San Francisco. If you can stop them here, hold them to a field goal attempt, that, I think, would be a win right there. You're probably getting, I would say maybe Houston's best shot here. They have a lot of rookies. This is the drive they would have practiced all week long, so that would be huge if we can get off the field here. 3rd and 7 at the San Francisco 30-yard line. Stroud is in the gun, back to his right. Snaps away. Niners bringing pressure. Throws it quickly. Caught. Breaks a tackle. He's going to be short of the 1st down. It's going to be 4th and 1. He took a shot, too. That was Jaden Higgins, I think. So the question here is, if you're Houston, do you kick the field goal, take the lead, or do you go for it? 4th and 1. I think they're going for it. Stroud is still out on the field. 4th and 1. Maybe they try and draw the Niners offside because the Texans are just huddling up now, and there's 15 seconds on the play clock. Just getting to the line of scrimmage, and I think they're going to quarterback sneak this. They do, and he gets there, I think. On second effort, he gets there. They're giving him the 1st down. It looked like he was stopped initially, but damn. Texans desperate for a W, yeah. Swiss cheese defense. Can't disagree. It was weird. It looked like Stroud was looking for a spot. You know that if Fred Warner was in there, that it wouldn't have been a 1st down. It is a 1st and 10 Houston. Texans maybe will have to take a timeout here. They're just breaking the huddle with 5 seconds to go on the play clock. And they do. They do have to use a timeout, Houston. But this is a long drive. We're already halfway through the first quarter, everybody. It is. There's only 7. I mean, we're basically at the halfway point of the first quarter. There's 7:35 left. The Texans have just been able to pick up third downs, fourth downs, and really that 3rd and 11. Just a easy, just a poster out there for Braxton Berrios. Jair Brown can't finish the tackle. D. Winters can't finish the tackle, and it's just. Look, I know every team in the NFL will say this, that we need to tackle better, but we really do need to tackle better. 39 people in here, guys. Let's go. DB says Niners always seem to make bad teams look good. Yeah, I mean, can't totally disagree with you. So 1st and 10 for the Texans at the Niners 23. I formation behind CJ Stroud, who's in center. Pitches it right side. And that's going to be a good tackle right there. That's D. Winters. And then you have, who's 50? Is that 51? Robert Beal, I believe. But you had D. Winters coming up to make a big-time tackle right there. Read the play really well. So did Tatum Bethune. Bethune kind of went outside to force the running back to come back inside. Pickup of 1, maybe. No, they're saying 2nd and 10. So really good job there on 1st down by the defense. You got the 2 young linebackers, Winters and Bethune. Stroud is going to be at 2nd and 10 at the Niners 23. Stroud now behind center, single back. Snap is away, fakes the handoff, looking to throw it quickly. Going to just dump it off to the back. Niners got to make a tackle here. They do make a tackle. It's going to be a pickup of about 7 or 8. Looks like Jair Brown is on the ground and slow to get up. Hopefully he'll be okay. Pickup of about 7 or 8. So it's going to be another 3rd down situation here for the 49er defense. Texans just, there's so much time gone already. It's crazy. 3rd and 1, they're calling it. It's a bit generous. I thought that was maybe, should have been 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, perhaps. Stroud behind center, potentially going to be a quarterback sneak here. Man goes in motion. Snap is away. They hand it off up the middle, and he's going to be stopped short. Jair Brown with a big time tackle right there. Not only stopped short, but maybe loses half a yard. That's going to be 4th down yet again. It's going to be 4th and 2, so they do say a loss on the play. One of the better plays we've seen Jair Brown make this season. Great job just filling the gap and just makes the tackle against Nick Chubb. Or I actually don't know if that's Nick Chubb, but a really good play there by Jair Brown. And I think the Texans here are going to trot out the field goal unit, Kaimi Fairbairn, who's been very good this year. Snap is away, kick is up, and it's good. So the Texans do take the lead. It's 3-0. Houston, after a long drive that was like over 9 minutes long, 3-0 to Houston. And San Francisco will now get the ball for the first time in the game. Holy moly. But you have to say, look, that's a good job by the defense, holding the Houston Texans to 3 here. I said it a couple of times on that drive. That's the drive that they would have gone through the first. Ian, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. That's the drive. What up, Mike? How we doing, buddy? Mike Rotunda. Always pleasure to see you, buddy. That's the first drive is the drive that they would have gone through their first 10, 15 scripted plays. They would have been practicing that all week long. So to kind of maybe what you could say is get their best shot, hold them to 3. That's huge right there. Ian says he's late. What happened? So basically, the Texans have just had a really long first drive. The 49ers were able to hold them to 3. So that's something that's, I think I take that as a big positive right there. Texans were able to convert on a 3rd and 11. A number of 3rd downs. They also converted on 1 4th and 1. But yeah. Cool username Shifty. Can you explain how it felt to watch the Niners win that Super Bowl, especially to us fans who were either too young or not even alive to experience that? Well, maybe I look older than I am, but I was 7 when the 49ers last won a Super Bowl. So I have to classify myself as being too young. Varsity Club in the house. Yeah, now time for a Niners long drive, says Christian, and I believe it was Tommy saying, yeah, can we run the ball? That's going to be a key here, guys, because this Houston Texans defense is no joke. I mean, they did a pretty darn good job against Seattle. So, can the 49ers, can we run the ball? Are we going to see Kittle have a more prominent role in the passing game this week after being active last week, but not having a single catch, targeted twice? No round ball game right now. So I think it was Drew was saying that there's an Iowa State basketball game on. Tommy says, I'm 10 years older than you. But yeah, I was only 7 years old when the 49ers last won the Super Bowl. So I can't really tell you what it felt like to win. But I can tell you how it feels to lose 3 of them, so here we go. Kickoff is coming right up now for the Texans, kicking it off to the 49ers. Sky Moore is back there, probably with maybe Brian Robinson or Isaac Garendo. There's 5:21 left, and what a long drive for the Texans. Kick is away, taken here. And that's going to be up to the 20, 25, up to the 30. Gets up to about the 35-yard line. We'll take that. That's a good starting field position. Something on the screen here. There we go. All right. Yep, all the games missed by notable offensive players. It's not great. So, 49ers first and 10 from our own 35-yard line. Mac Jones is the quarterback again. Good to see Curtis Rourke out there, the rookie quarterback, who is going to be, I think, activated off the injured list. Snap is away. Mac Jones hands it off to McCaffrey right side, who gets nowhere, loses a yard. There's a flag on the play here. So we're probably looking at either 1st and 20 for a hold or else 2nd and 11. And I think they're going to probably opt for 1st and 20. So first, it was a false start against the offense. So that's going to be 1st and 15. So just, 1st and 15 for San Francisco, which I maybe prefer 1st and 15 over Saquon Barkley doing Saquon Barkley things, 65-yard touchdown for Saquon and the Eagles against the Giants. But I kind of prefer 1st and 15 over 2nd and 11. No, it's 1st and 14. I take that over 2nd and 11. Jones behind center. They're going to hand it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey gets pretty good yards there. Gets about 5 maybe on the play. Kind of fakes the pass. It looked like a Texans defensive player was maybe jumped offside, but I think he got back in time before the ball was snapped, or maybe not. Though there is a flag. So it's going to be offside against the Texans now. Yeah, it looked like maybe Will Anderson, I think it was, who was offside. Will Anderson, that is correct. So it's actually going to be 1st and 9, I believe now. After a false start, or 1st and 10 after a false start, then an offside. They don't even know what they're doing. Mac Jones fakes the handoff. Mac Jones is going to run with it himself. Gets good blocking from Jennings, and that's going to be a 1st down San Francisco. Then a late flag comes in. So we've had 3 offensive plays and 3 mother freaking flags. What the hell? It's going to be probably holding against Jawan Jennings maybe, but oh my God. Personal foul, face mask, so it's going to be 15 yards. Probably from the spot of the foul. Jawan Jennings so far this season has basically tanked his market value with how he's played. Like, why is he where is the face mask? Why is he going for the face mask? There is no reason for him to be going for the face mask there. No reason at all. Jawan Jennings' free agent value is plummeting. He's doing that to himself. It's now 1st and 13. What a weird, every play so far has been a flag. Snap is away. Jones dumps it off here, and that's going to be to George Kittle. George Kittle gets about maybe 5 yards on the play. So is there a flag? There is no flag. It's 2nd and 8. It's just flags. And look, in fairness, I know I complain about flags more than anyone, but it was a face mask by Jawan Jennings, and he did it for no reason. Like, there was no benefit for him to do that. 2nd and 8 for San Francisco. This drive is just so disjointed. 2nd and 7, they're saying Jones in the gun, snap is away, fakes the handoff to McCaffrey. Jones throws it, takes a shot, throwing it deep downfield. Sky Moore lost it in the air, so Jones took a big time shot there. Azeez Al-Shire, former 49er. And Sky Moore didn't even know couldn't locate the ball. He's just like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So this drive has just been so disjointed. I'm like, nobody knows. I almost feel like you should call a timeout and just try and get your ducks in a row here. But 3rd and 7 now. Jones in the gun, McCaffrey to his right. 3 receivers and Kittle out there. Snap is away. Jones gets it to McCaffrey, had to throw it quickly, incomplete, 4th and 7. So it is a 3 and out, but there was like 7 plays there. And just flag. Will Anderson gets around Colton McKivitz, and yeah. Feels like all SF receivers are good for 3 or 4 and then turn it. So the Niners, we do have to punt the ball away. Morstead is going to be out there. Snap is away. Kick is away. It's going to be fielded at about the 16-yard line and loses yards on the return there. So nice job by the punt return coverage. Saran Neal back there. So it's going to be Houston Texans ball again. And that offensive drive, that's what I was saying. I mean, you don't actually want to call a timeout there, like in the first quarter on 3rd down, unless it was like a 3rd and goal and you really need to kind of think about what you're doing. But that offensive drive was just so disjointed. First play, false start. Second play, offside against the defense. Third play was the flag against Jennings, which would have been a 1st down. A nice run by Mac Jones. Then there's a flag, so then it comes back to 1st and 13, and then it's just a weird start. Cool username says Houston have a really good defense. So, yeah, look, it's just when you have silly mistakes like the 49ers had, where you have, just a face mask for no reason. Like, there was zero benefit to it. Like, why? Like, I understand heat of the moment, you might just make you can make a mistake, but like, there was, why go for the player's face? Like, I can't understand the thinking behind it. Yeah. Was the hit on Mac legit? I think it was. I mean, look, he threw it, the ball left his hand, and like a split second later, it was, he was hit. So I wouldn't be calling for a roughing the passer. And if they called it, then, but I don't think it was a roughing the passer. They didn't call it, so I think it was a good no call. Christian says, okay, so we were credited with the 1st down. So Mac Jones gets the 1st down, but then it was a flag against Jennings. He hit him in the helmet, though. I don't know. I didn't really see that. I wasn't really looking at that, but I don't know. To me, it seemed pretty reasonable. As long as they called that both ways. Like, if Stroud throws it and then takes a hit, and that actually did happen on the first drive where Stroud threw it. Actually, no, that didn't really happen, but as long as they call that the same both ways, then I'm pretty okay with it. Yeah, if it's like a blatant, like tried to take his head off, then that's one thing. But yeah. Was hit. Yeah, obviously Houston does have a good defense. I don't think that can be considered a 3 and out. Yeah, I mean, I kind of, although we did get the 1st down, because the penalty took us back, so we were farther back than where we were. It may as well be. What's up, Tennille? How are we doing? 1st and 10 for the Houston Texans, deep in their own territory at their 13-yard line. Stroud in the gun, Man in motion. Snap is away. They hand it off up the middle, and that's going to be a decent run there for Nick Chubb. Call it a pickup of 6. And that seems to be the what the Texans are just every first down, it seems like. If they're not getting a flag, they're either getting 5-6 yards on the ground, right up the middle, and that's with the that's what they want to do, That is what they want to do, just get themselves in a really good position. 2nd and 5, they're calling it. Stroud behind center, fakes the handoff. Looking downfield, dumps it off, and Chubb has got a ton of field in front of him. Chubb is into Niner territory, down to the Niner 35, down to the Niner 33, and the coverage was lost. The coverage was lost there. Just dumped it off to Nick Chubb. There was no one within 5-10 yards of him. It looked like there was about 3 Niner players, defenders in coverage. No one really went with Chubb. You had like 3 Niner players just looking at Stroud, and then huge gain for Houston, though, and they're at the Niners' 33-yard line. Nick Chubb just came out from the backfield, and there was nobody within 5-10 yards of him, and he gets a huge gain. Sorry, that was Woody Marks. Never mind, the rookie. Snap is away. Stroud in the pocket, got plenty of time, throws it downfield, incomplete. Looking for Jaden Higgins. Stroud wants a flag, but that ball was so far out of bounds that it was just never even going to happen. Lenore on the coverage. 2nd and 10 coming up for Houston. Sorry, Teal, going to have to call you. And saying my phone is this team did not come to play. No pressure. Second and 10 coming up here for the Houston Texans. They're at the 49ers 32, actually. Stroud in the gun. Snap is away. Hands it off. A draw play. And there's a huge gain, maybe a first down. And the Niners defense is just getting, like on the run, I'm going to say it's probably 3rd and 1. It's going to be 3rd and 1, but Niners just getting absolutely gashed in the run game. And then you have John Lynch saying, we don't need to make a trade for a defensive lineman. Only our defense can make seriously. Texans are just running all over us. The Texans offensive line is not great. 3rd and 1, Stroud behind center, single back. Snap is away. Stroud gets the first down on the quarterback sneak. It's going to be 1st and 10, Houston at the Niners 22. It's just the run game. The run game, they are just absolutely dominating us in the run game. We cannot get a stop at all. Like on a draw play and 2nd and 10, you give up 9 yards. Like, that's just not going to lead to good things. 1st and 10, Houston at the Niners, inside the Niners 22. I formation with Stroud. They hand it off up the middle and gets tackled, and that's a good job there. That's Kalia Davis, pickup of 1. So it's going to be 2nd and 9. There's going to be around 1 more play left before the end of the first quarter. Rams and Seahawks are on a bye. So are the Arizona Cardinals. So the entire NFC West is on a bye, with the exception of the 49ers. So I think if we can get a win here and we have the game up because of the division record, that would be huge. Stroud in the gun back to his right. 2nd and 9, snap is away. Looking to throw, throws it quick, incomplete. Looking for Higgins, and he throws it high. So 9 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 3rd and 9 for the Texans. And if you're the Niners, so if we're thinking positive, if you can get a stop here, hold them to 3, it's 6-0. After them having the ball, them having big plays, your offense, with only 1 drive, really not doing a whole lot, to be only down 6 would be really positive, I think. As positive as it can be considering the circumstances that we're in right now. 3rd and 9, Stroud in the gun, trips receivers up top. Niners going to back out of the pressure. Stroud throws it. Get him down, guys. Get him down. Good job there, Renardo Green. So it's going to be 4th and about 4. That'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Mark, late to the party. Yeah, it's you haven't missed too much, especially offensively for the 49ers. Move that to the second quarter. So it's going to be fourth down. Texans most likely going to have to, I mean, they're going to kick the field goal here, but time of possession is not good, and it's not good at all. And this is where absolutely the 49ers offense needs to get first downs. And if you can even get 3 back on the board, that's not bad by any means, but the defense is going to need rest. Salah's going to need time on the sideline with Gus Bradley to basically, look, what are we doing? Let's kind of reevaluate what are Houston doing, try and get something going defensively. But overall, if you hold them to 3, which it looks like that's going to be the case, where it's going to be a field goal attempt upcoming for the Houston Texans, I would take that as kind of a positive. I would be fairly, all things considered, because all it takes is one huge play for the Niners, and then we're back in the lead, and then Houston is like, what the hell's going on? And that's what I think. Look, if we can have a long drive, maybe it takes up 5-6 minutes, and if we can score a touchdown, all of a sudden it's like, hey, there's 10 minutes left in the first half. We're losing somehow, even though they've been dominating. So if that's how the Niners have to be thinking about it, plus we do get the ball to start the second half. Just throwing that out there. It's still early days. I mean, we still have the whole second quarter to play. So, but if the Niners can go down and have a long drive, put up 7, then all of a sudden the Texans are like, we've been dominating this game and we're now losing. Watch the fake, says Susan. Yes, true. You never know. I mean, Houston they might go for it here too, because they might be thinking, like, we dominated, we kind of have to keep our foot on the gas. And so you never know. I'm assuming they're going to kick the field goal, though. And I think that Houston and Demeco are probably going to have confidence in their defense to slow down San Francisco. In Salah, I trust, yeah. Just on that dump-off play, too, it was to Woody, the rookie running back out of USC. He was blocking, then he kind of just peeled out, and then just nobody went with him, so you got a huge gain right there. So the Texans field goal unit is out there. Time of possession, 13 minutes and 16 seconds to a minute 44 for the 49ers. Kaimi Fairbairn with the field goal attempt. It's going to be about a 34-yarder, excuse me. Snap is up, kick is up, and it is good. Houston takes the lead, 6-0 now. Niners will get the ball back. So, I mean, the defense has been giving up yards, but in terms of a points perspective, we've been doing pretty okay in that department. We've been depending on a banged-up defense all year so far. It's time for the offense to step up for a game. I couldn't agree more with you, Christian, especially in a game like this, where, the defense has been, I mean, you look at last week, the defense only gave up 10 points. So if you're San Francisco, then, look, the offense has got to carry the team. And even though we're not fully healthy on offense, it needs to be better. That was a good effort by the defense, especially after giving up that big play. And unfortunately, those big plays are going to happen because you have D. Winters, who's really a first-time starter. And then you have Tatum Bethune, who's really a first-time starter at linebacker. Normally, Fred Warner is going to be the guy who's going to limit those big plays, who knows exactly where to be, knows where to go, knows where to, kind of direct traffic for like the defensive players, what their responsibilities are. So, yeah, it's going to happen. Been saying this for a while now, but, I think the Niners do need to make some trades. And I think that's actually kind of been the trade deadline being pushed back. So it's not going to be till after next week is the actual trade deadline. That teams are just being like, why? They're just delaying when they would potentially trade players. Why trade players earlier when maybe they can help them win a game or two? Like people say trade for like Jermaine Johnson or Will McDonald from the Jets. If you're Aaron Glenn with the Jets, are you going to trade either of those guys when you were desperate to get your first win of the season? No, you're going to keep those guys, try and get a win or two, and then you're going to trade them, for future draft capital. So it's kind of been a little bit of a hindrance for San Francisco when we would have liked trades to have happened already, but They just haven't. Bend don't break defense. Yeah, that's been the name of the game. The bend don't break defense, though, works better when your offense can move the ball. Granted, we've only had one drive offensively, so it's not like it's a consistent thing, but you feel like the 49ers offense needs to go down there, needs to score points. And just put up some points, give the defense some time to rest. You have like the break in between the quarters. Yeah, Christian, it's crazy. You have the break in between the quarters, a field goal, then a break. So, look, the defense is getting a chance to rest a little bit. But, that long drive here would be awesome for San Francisco. Niners offense getting ready to go. And also, by the way, Matt Hennessy is in at center. Jake Brendel got hurt in the game against the Falcons. So, hopefully Jake Brendel will be okay. I know he's somewhat maligned by 49er fans. Just never want to see anyone hurt. So kickoff is away from the Texans. It's going to be taken at the 3-yard line. And this is Brian Robinson Jr. who gets up to the 25-yard line. So not the best return, but first and 10 at the 25-yard line. San Francisco out for our second offensive drive of the game. Yikes. Here we go. Come on, offense. Kyle Shanahan calling the plays. Mac Jones out there. First and 10, Jones behind center, McCaffrey is the back. Juszczyk, Kittle, Bourne, and Jennings out there. Looks to be it. They're going to hand it off to McCaffrey up the middle. McCaffrey gets a good gain on first down, gets about 7 yards on first down, and that's what you want to see. First, 7 yards on first down, second and 3. Get yourself in a really good position here where you can just throw a lot of different looks at this Texans defense. Good defensive line there, Houston does. Really good secondary with Lassiter, Stingley, Bullock, Petrie. A lot of good players there. Second and 3, Jones in the gun. McCaffrey to his left. Snap is away. Bring pressure. Jones throws it, gets rid of it. Incomplete. Looking for Juszczyk. Texans brought the blitz, incomplete. And it's going to be 3rd and 3. Where do we be without CMC? I couldn't agree more with you. Pretty good protection, all things considered, because the Texans brought like 6 players there. Just had to get rid of it, though. Throws it to Juszczyk, incomplete. So now 3rd and 3. And San Francisco, we really need to get this first down here. 3rd and 3. Jones in the gun, McCaffrey to his right. 3 receivers and Kittle out there. Snap is away, looking to throw. Mack has got time, gets it down to Robinson's going to lose a yard. So it's going to be 4th down, and the Niners are going to have to punt the ball away. I mean, what kind of route, like, what's the thought process there from, like, the route? Like, Robinson needs to be going much farther downfield. And that probably needs to be George Kittle catching that, not DeMarcus Robinson. Ugh. 3 and out for the exact opposite of what we said we need to have happen. Morstead punts the ball away. And it's going to be fair caught. Really nice punt, actually. So the Texans are backed up at their own 17, but just, not good enough. Not good enough at all, folks. Last week was Kyle's best play calling game this season. It was very CMC heavy. Yeah, CMC is basically, he is the most of the offense. Let's be real. Just awful, really. I don't like that play call. No one's buying that DeMarcus Robinson is going to be staying in to block. If that's George Kittle, then maybe they're like, okay, Kittle's going to be staying into block, and then Kittle comes out, onto a route, then maybe you could sell that. But DeMarcus Robinson is not staying into block. Like, no chance. Yeah, and the Texans' defensive line is just having their way with the 49ers. Mike says this is the equivalent to when a team swings at a first pitch and has a 1-2-3 fast inning. We need to give the defense a break. Completely, yeah, I completely agree with you. Yeah, being a turnover here now would be sick. And Lord knows we could use turnovers here. Especially, we haven't had an interception yet. No interceptions yet. It's crazy. But yeah, it feels like what's happening is, let's say if we're to use like the baseball analogy that Mike is talking about, it'd be like, let's say, considering the scoreline, it'd be like the first inning you give up 1 run, then you go like just 1-2-3 out. Then the next inning you give up another, let's say, 2 runs, and then in your second inning you just go 1-2-3 out. So you're down and you've just been out. But there's plenty of time. Andy says, Shifty, I'm getting that feeling again. I watch this. Nah. Texans D is barely broken a sweat yet. Yeah, it looked like the play was designed to go the other way, but nobody got open. Checked out. Yeah, I mean, it was, but, you know, yeah. Yeah, just the Texans defensive line is able to get pretty solid pressure on us. And they have been blitzing too, so just got to be able to find the open guy. But I think that this is a game where Brock, if he was healthy, because he has the mobility, Brock has the, just he's willing to kind of take the big shot too, which is maybe what you need to do when a team is blitzing you. But look, here we go. We'll see. 1st and 10, Houston at their own 18-yard line. Stroud in the gun back to his right. Snap is away. Stroud is looking. Over the middle, going to be caught and going to get about 9-10 yards. That's going to be Hutchinson. He will be just shy of the first down. It's a little bit too easy, but Niners, we are absolutely playing a bend, don't break defense. Oh, the Texans have Laken Tomlinson. I remember Laken, he was with the Niners for a number of years. 2nd and 1 for the Houston Texans. At their own 27-28. Just seems so much easier for them to move the ball. Hand it off to Woody Marks. Gets upfield, a huge gain, about a gain of 10. There is a flag on the play, so that's actually Nick Chubb. Let's see what the flag is here. Holding on the offense. Let's go. The refs are playing just as good defense as we are, I think. Andy says, at halftime, I'm going to nip over to say, oh, yeah, of course, Andy. No problem. Yeah, there was definitely a hold there on Jordan Elliott. So it's actually 2nd and 8, considering where the hold occurred. So it's 2nd and 8 for the Texans. Now, this is a chance here. Look, you can get a stop here, force the 3 and out, give the offense another chance to go at it. Gotta get him off the field quickly here, though. 2nd and 8, Stroud in the gun. Snap is away. Niners bringing pressure. Throws it. Caught Berrios. Nice job, Upton Stout. Pickup of about 4, we'll call it. So we'll say 3rd and 4 coming up here for the Houston Texans. And this is a huge play. Huge play here for the defense. Can we get off the field? Come on, defense. Let's go. Big time play needed here defensively for the 49ers. CJ Stroud's in the gun back to his right. They might run this, actually. Snap is away. They are looking to throw under pressure. Throws it. Caught. First down, Houston Texans. And that's going to be Jalen Knoll, the rookie receiver out of Iowa State. And just a lot of time back there. D. Winters came on the blitz. Got decent pressure, but the Niners just playing really soft coverage there. And first down Houston, and just the time of possession has got to be just absolutely wacky. 1st and 10 Texans now. They hand it off up the middle. Gets about 2 yards. So decent run coverage there. You got Travis Gibson, Tatum Bethune on the run defensive stop right there. 2nd and 8 coming up. And this time of possession is absolutely insane. Just ridiculous. Time for come on, defense. Let's make a big play, defense. Come on, let's go. Need to make a big play here. You see all the Niner fans look so bored, and I don't blame them. 2nd and 8. Stroud behind center. They fake the handoff. He's in the pocket, throwing it way downfield. Caught, Houston Texans. That's Jalen Noel. And that's a huge gain for the Houston Texans. Upton Stout on the coverage. Deep into 49er territory. Sorry, that was Malik Mustafa on the coverage. And that's a huge gain. No pressure. And yet we're going to hear about John Lynch saying that, yeah, I mean, we're happy with the guys we have on our defensive line. 1st and 10, Houston. Play clock is winding down. They do get the ball off. They're at the Niners 23 all the time in the world. Stroud is going to run for it and gets about 4 yards on the play. On the scramble, it's going to be 2nd and 6 coming up inside the 20-yard line. Texans in the red zone. To be fair, Shifty, you did ask for a big play. I did, just not the one I was looking for. There is a player down. I'm not sure who or what. The clock is stopped. Nine minutes and 14 seconds to go in the first half. It has been all Houston. 49ers offense non-existent. Trying to see here who was down. Alfred Collins down on the field. Okay, Alfred Collins walked off the field holding his arm. Lovely. Secondary needs a pick. Yeah, the Niners. Yeah, look, it's as sturdy as a wet coffee filter. Street value. I think you're spot on with that. Alfred Collins walking off the field, apparently holding his arm. So hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. Like, the defense has been doing like a phenomenal job, all season long, considering, lacking Bosa for a lot of it. Now, lacking Fred Warner for a number of games, sorry. But yeah, just the offense, I mean, needs to play better. Let's be honest here. Let's be really honest. The offense needs to be a lot better, And we've seen the offense play a lot better this season, but yeah. Sturdy as a two-legged stool. Yeah. Sturdy as a wet coffee filter. Jeez, yeah. But the defense, it's the defense and offensive lines. Now, I can't say that the Niners didn't invest in the defensive line because they did heavily in the draft, but we're just getting dominated up front, and when you get dominated in the trenches, outside, unless you can have big plays here or there, it's just you're never going to win games. So, look, it's still only 6-0. If we can hold them to 3 here, I feel like I'll be saying that all game long. 2nd and 6 coming up, though, for these commercials are so long. Ugh, just get back to So Alfred Collins holding his arm headed to the blue tent. And that's not what we need at all. 2nd and 6 for the Texans. Stroud behind center. Probably going to run the ball here, I would think. Snap, hands it off, and gets tackled. Good job. D. Winters. Maybe a gain of 1. So this is 3rd and 5 here, folks. And if the 49ers can get a stop here, that would be huge. Nice job there. That was D. Winters and that was Tatum Bethune. So both linebackers played that really well there. But if you can get a stop here, and if you're only losing 9-0 after the disaster this game has been so far, then that's not too bad. Stroud in the gun, empty backfield. Play clock's at 2, 1. They just get it off. Niners bring a blitz. Caught. First down, Texans. Just a simple. They bring Upton Stout, but he can't get any pressure. Texans played that really well, and yeah. First down, Houston. So, I mean, a great play call for Houston. Just really smart. Just the nice little out route there on a third and relatively short. Niners playing a bit too soft in coverage, and yeah. First and 10 for the Texans now at the 12-yard line. Stroud in the pocket, throws it, touchdown, wide open. Easy touchdown. That's Jaden Higgins. Touchdown, Houston. Not even close. Man, we are everyone's get right game. Not really, because we've only lost 2. We've won 5 games, but I hear what you're saying. That, I mean, if your offense is struggling, then you play the 49ers. Because our defense, while well coached, is just, there's nobody out there. Extra point is good for Houston. So, yep, that's 13-0. And yeah, street value, you're right. I mean, Stroud has all day back there. All day. And then we're going to hear about John Lynch on, Tuesday about being like, we're happy with our defensive line. I know he has to say that. He can't be like, yeah, we suck. But we do. Like, there's just trotting out the likes of Travis Gibson and, these are guys who who should be on the practice squad. Let's be honest. Robert Beal, Sam Okuano. We like Sam O, but these are guys who should maybe be playing a handful of snaps a game, should be kind of bouncing back between the practice squad, and, it's just not good. Drew says, I was thinking of a nice, safe place for a long-term lease. What do you think about the Texans' backfield? Yes, Houston must be wishing they could play San Francisco every week. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think that, eventually we're going to have to be a little bit more aggressive defensively. We just have to see if we can be more aggressive. On that third down play, like, you get aggressive, you send a corner blitz with Upton Stout. But I think what you absolutely need to do with that is bring your DBs up then towards the line of scrimmage, because Houston's going to look for the quick outlet pass. It's there. There's nobody near Braxton Berrios. Easy first down. So it's like, even if the blitz was unblocked, Stroud would have still got the ball out in time. Like, it's just, if you're going to bring the blitz, if you can bring the blitz and if you can play tight coverage, you're going to force, a mistake. But yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Houston is one of the worst O-lines in the league, and they look like all pros so far. Yeah, the offensive line for the Texans is not regarded well around the NFL. But also, look, our defensive line, and, I like some of the players, don't get me wrong, but it is the worst defensive line in football. Like, I don't think anyone can point to me to a worse defensive line in football. When you think the starters are Michael Williams, who's a rookie who, definitely he was pretty raw coming out of Georgia. But I think in order for him to really show what he can do, and we saw that in the first couple of games, that you just needed some help out there with like Bosa and what have you. But look at this. Houston, they don't have a good offensive line. They don't have their number one wide receiver. And it doesn't help the defense, though, that the offense can't do anything. Like, the offense just cannot move the ball whatsoever. And I hate to say it, but if the offense doesn't do anything here, like, this game could start getting ugly really quickly. Kickoff is away. It's going to be a touchback. So the Niners will get the ball at the 35-yard line. 13-0 Houston over San Francisco. I didn't see the game going this way. I know that Houston have a good defense, but I thought we would have been able to score some points. Thought the defense would have played a little bit better, but Houston, we have a problem. I can think of a worse defense if you know what I mean. 1st and 10 at the 35. Mack in the pistol, McCaffrey behind him. Sky Moore goes in motion. We hand it to McCaffrey up the middle. Met at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. And that's going to be 2nd and 10. And this is just looking way too easy for the Houston Texans. Trying to see what actually happened here. Yeah, I mean, just good play call by Houston. No 49ers defenders nearby on that Houston touchdown. But 2nd and 10 now. Mack behind center. Snap is away. Fakes the handoff. Just has to throw it down to the feet of Jawan Jennings. We're having Jawan Jennings out there blocking Danielle Hunter, and it's 3rd and 10. Brutal. Cam Scattaboo is hurt. Shifty, this game is already ugly. It's very ugly. It's very ugly. 3rd and 10, guys, and Houston's going to bring the pressure here. They know that we're going to struggle to slow it down. Niners offense, we for some reason have DeMarcus Robinson and Jawan Jennings blocking. All-pro defensive linemen. Great idea. 3rd and 10. Jones looking to throw. Throws it downfield. Going to be caught, but well short is Jawan Jennings. It's a pretty late hit, but they're not going to call it. So 4th down, and the Niners 3 and out yet again. Not good. Ugh. Ugly, ugly, ugly. This might be one of the worst offensive games I've seen from a Kyle Shanahan, like since Kyle's been here, in a long time. I'm struggling to think of a time where it was 4th and 6. Morstead punts the ball away. Taken at the 5-yard line. Up to the 20, and a good stop there by the special teams. A nice job there by Tonjes. This first half has been absolutely brutal. Just nothing. Like, there's really nothing good that I can say. The special teams coverage has actually been okay, but the defense is just giving up all kinds of yards, first downs, now points. Offense there's nothing positive that I can say. Just popping on from work, and you're not missing much. You are not missing much. The offense has got 1 first down, and then there was a penalty that brought back a whole bunch of yards. The defense, just no pressure, can't get any stops. You know, the offensive line, like the lines, Houston is just dominating in the trenches, so we just can't do anything. Well, Houston seemed pretty familiar with us. They have sussed Kyle Shanahan out. I mean, you would think we'd know Demeco Ryans' defense pretty well, but Demeco Ryan, using his knowledge, right now he's outcoaching his former. Yeah, I mean, you look at the teacher and the student is definitely winning the battle so far. Yeah, just, I mean, everything going wrong. Just some of these, like the play designs. I'm like, why is Jawan Jennings blocking Danielle Hunter? Like, what's the thought process there? Like, there's like a Pro Bowl to, one of the better, a top maybe 15, top 15 pass rusher in the NFL, and Danielle Hunter, maybe top 10 pass rusher, and you have a wide receiver blocking him. Yeah, not great. Shanahan has been yelling into his headset a lot today. He should be. He should be. I mean, his offense has looked a complete disaster so far. Like, Demeco is just running circles around him. Susan says, worst half I've seen by 49ers in... yeah, I can't remember the last time I've seen... Like, if you look at it, Houston has 230 yards of offense. We have 30. Houston has had the ball for 19 minutes and 12 seconds. We've had it for 4 minutes. 33 plays to 10 plays. It's not even. It's night and day. 10 first downs. They have the Niners at 0 first downs. I do think that's incorrect because I think it was Mac Jones got the first down and then there was the flag against Jennings after the play. But 1st and 10 for Houston at their own 20. I formation. Snap is away. Up the middle. Good tackle there. Jair Brown. Loss of 1. So a nice job there by Jair Brown. He's had a couple of nice plays on the 3rd and 1 earlier in the game, and now this play here. Good job there. 2nd and 11 coming up for the Houston Texans. The Niners defense do anything. That'd be nice. Stroud is going to be in the gun. Back to his left. Man goes in motion. Snap is away. No pressure. Throws it. Caught. Going to be a pickup of about 7 or 8. So it's going to be 3rd and 3-ish. First down has not been the problem. And against the Texans, yeah. Don't let this snowball, Niners. Yeah, it's really first down, the Niners defense. I mean, it's either giving up 5 yards running or else... I mean, we have played okay-ish on first down, but just second down, the Texans are able to just generate. When they start passing it, we just can't do anything. 3rd and 3 for Houston. Got to get a stop here. They're at their own 27. Berrios shows the coverage, throws it. Incomplete. Incomplete. Ball was tipped near the line of scrimmage. There's a flag on the play, though. Alfred Collins is back in the game, so that's good. However, there's a flag on the play, but the ball is tipped, so I think they're going to pick up the flag. Maybe not. So it is a first down. Never mind. There was holding against the defense. So we finally get a stop, and it's a flag. And it's on the rookie, Upton Stout. And, I mean, there is a lot of contact there, but just you can't do that. You can't do that. First down, Houston, so never mind about the stop. Fakes the handoff on first down. Steps into the pocket, wide open, and that's going to be a huge catch, a huge gain by Hutchinson, and Houston are into 49ers territory. And this game is going from bad to worse. From bad to worse, folks. Oh, God almighty. Stroud has 190 passing yards in the first half. 210 passing yards in the first half. There is a stoppage on the play, so also thank you to the new subscriber, Penelope. Fumble or return. Yeah, so there is an injury timeout. Let me go and check and see who is the injured player. Jordan Elliott, so Niners defensive lineman, is on the... he is hurt, so hopefully he'll be okay. Yikes. Yeah, this game is just, there's nothing positive I can take away from this game. So Jordan Elliott is hurt. Hopefully he'll be okay, though. Are we about to go down 20-0? Possibly, yeah. It looks like it, Christian. I don't have a single positive thing to say about the team. Imagine how good the Texans would be if they had an O-line. Well, we don't have to imagine. How are you going to butcher my name? I don't know if it was Penel Open or Penelopen. So my bad. Or is it Penelope N? It's probably Penelope N, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's what it probably is, isn't it? The rest of the West gains a half. Yeah. Stroud struggles to get 200 yards per game this year, by the way. Penelope, yeah. I just saw that. I was like, no, how did I screwed that up. So Jordan Elliott shaken up on the play. He is on the sideline. Another huge gain for Houston, though. Jordan Elliott taking on like a double two blockers. And this, I don't really know. This might just be a game that, well, we're still in the first half. So I'm not saying that you just forfeit it, but geez, it's not good. 1st and 10 at midfield, actually. They hand the ball up the middle and ends up getting about 5 yards on the play. Niners, about 4 defensive linemen all look like they were just on the ground, getting flattened. 2nd and 5 coming up from the Niners 45. And yeah, I'm sorry, guys, that I haven't been more energetic as I usually am, but there's just nothing really positive. Passing yards, 209 to 9. You are multitasking, yeah. Right, cool user, so yeah, floppy. Yeah. 2nd and 5, Stroud in the gun. Back to his left, snap is away. Throws it quickly, caught, 1st down. And that was Chase Lucas who fell to the ground, so that's going to be Hutchinson. So 1st down, Houston, and yeah. I can't wait to hear from John Lynch saying, we have all the players we need in the building right now. Stroud in the pocket, dumps it off. Woody Marks. Nice job, Chase Lucas, slowing him down enough. It's going to be a pickup of 1.5 yards on 1st down. So yeah, 1st down defense has been okay, actually. But just 2nd and 3rd down, just can't do anything. And there's just there's no pressure at all on CJ Stroud. It's just not even close. Not even close. There's just nothing that we can do well. Nearing the 2-minute warning, Niners defense looks like they don't even know where they're going. Stroud under pressure, rolls to his left, gonna stay in bounds, gets a huge gain. And is there no flag on the play? So 1st and 10, Houston. You know, if that was the 49ers, that would be, there'd be a holding somewhere. 2-minute warning. This game has just been quite shitty to watch, really. Huge gain there on the ground with his legs, CJ Stroud. Actually, we got some pressure, but rolls out of it, scrambles, 1st down. And yeah. This might be a game that I don't want to say you forfeit, but you just maybe go like, yeah, look, we throw our hands up and we lost this game. And normally I would never be this negative, but yeah, this is just brutal. John Lynch got the same GM skills as Jerry Jones, if not worse. I mean, I think John Lynch is a good general manager. I think that, like, all things considered, like, you lose Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, and then you lose Bryce Huff, who's like, you're down your top 2. Like, if you take Houston, for example, if you took out Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter, it would probably be a very different ball game right now. And then you take out their linebacker, the best probably Aziz Al-Shire. Their defense probably doesn't look as good. So, but yeah, just what can you do? Sometimes it's not about the X's and O's, it's about the Jims and Joes. Sometimes you just have, no matter how good your coaching is, you need to have the players too. Jake Moody must be pissing himself now. And he's been doing well in Chicago. I think Moody just needed out of San Francisco. Yeah, Lynch can point. Yeah, exactly. I mean, does Shanahan have money on the Texans? It's confusing with the NBA. Yeah, I mean, look, there's no Bosa, no Warner, no Purdy, no Ayuk. Kittle's just coming back. It just, it is what it is. I do think that we've been playing. I don't think we've been playing as well as most 5-2 teams should be. I know that what's the famous Bill Parcells quote that you are what your record says you are, but I just. Yeah, I just think that we managed to get to be 5-2 is pretty impressive. 1st and 10. Stroud under pressure, throws it away. Sam Okuwanu with the pressure. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 here. 1:54 left to go in the first half. Niners, we have all 3 of our timeouts. That was nice pressure there by Okuwanu and basically forces Stroud to throw it away. Man, how big would a turnover be right here, huh? That would be huge if you can get a turnover. Not expecting one, but 283 yards to 30 yards. Stroud in the gun, back to his left. Snap, they do hand it off. Good tackle, Kevin Givens. There's a flag on the play, though. We'll see what the flag is. You'd think it's maybe in the area of holding or something like that. But I think maybe would you go 3rd and 10 and call a timeout, or would you go 2nd and 20? They are going 2nd and 20 here. I assume the clock gets stopped though. Would be my guess. I assume the clock would not continue. Yes, the clock. So there's 1:50 to go in the first half. 2nd and 20 now for the Houston Texans at the Niners' 32-yard line. That looked like a false start. Snap is away. Quick throw. Timeout, San Francisco. Call timeout. Yep. No, they're not. Call a freaking timeout. It's 3rd and forever. Why are we not calling a timeout? To maybe do something offensively before the half. At this point, you can't call timeout. You've already wasted 50. Playoffs are a pipe dream? Possibly, man. Possibly. We need to make some trades, though, if we want to have any shot. 3rd and 14 here for the Texans at the Niners' 21. Stroud just has so much time. Dumps it off to the back who gets tackled. Now you call timeout. 1:02 left. 4th down. Houston going to have to take a field goal here. Ironic, or I don't know about ironic is not the right word. Let's assume that Houston, they should make this field goal. It would still technically be a 2-possession game. And if the Niners went down here, scored a touchdown, 2-point conversion, came out of the half, touchdown, 2-point conversion, then we are tied up. That would be incredibly wishful thinking. Incredibly wishful thinking, but considering how the offense is played, of course, but just throwing that out there. 4th and 6 for Houston. There's a minute 2 left after the field goal. You'll probably think there's maybe 50, 58, 57 seconds to go. And we do have 2 timeouts. "37-yard field goal attempt here for Kaimi Fairbairn." Snap is away, kick is up, and it is good for Fairbairn. So it is 16-0 Houston. The score really feels like it's like 28-0 though, doesn't it? Really feels like the score should be 28-0. Halftime coming up momentarily. I'll be right back, you guys. No team could lose a Bosa and Warner and stay elite. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Mr. Big Daddy Joe says, lack of pass rush is always going to, it's really going to mess up. The Texans have not punted. Every drive of theirs has ended in points. Can we do something before the half offensively? Kickoff is away. It's going to be taken at the 4-yard line. That's Brian Robinson Jr. Gets up to the 35. Brian Robinson Jr. with a nice return up to the 50-yard line. And there's a flag that comes in late, though. My Lord. This better not be against the 49ers. It's against Houston. It's against Houston. Let's go. So a huge turn of events here, folks. Brian Robinson with a nice return gets up to midfield. Plus, you tack on a face mask. So we're going to have the ball at the Houston 35-yard line. And that is clearly a face mask. There's no doubt about that. So 1st and 10 San Francisco at the Houston 35-yard line. 51 seconds to go, 2 timeouts here. Jones in the gun, looking to throw. Throws it downfield. Caught Kendrick Bourne. Thrown out of bounds. The clock's going to keep moving because he was moving backwards to the sideline. Niners got to hurry up. We call it timeout. 39 seconds to go. Huge gain, Kendrick Bourne. Let's go, Mr. Big Daddy Joe. Field position might be good when we punt. Oh, wait, flag. We're also missing Bryce Huff. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. It's too much to overcome, really, but we're trying. First down, Kendrick Bourne, though. So Niners, suddenly, we find ourselves in really solid field position. I feel like Kyle, maybe it took the guys a few seconds to realize that Kendrick Bourne was pushed out of bounds going backwards. So that means the clock keeps moving. 39 seconds to go. There's 1 timeout for the 49ers. We are at the Texans. We just showed like the regular motherfucking screen, please. At the Texans 17. Jones in the gun. Empty backfield now. McCaffrey in motion. Snap. Jones looking. Throws it. Incomplete, looking for McCaffrey. And that's good defense right there from, I don't even know how to, 2020 or something. 2020, I think they're, it's against Houston, does not compute. Yeah, that's a nice coverage there by their linebacker, 2020. I don't think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Not the best throw from Mac Jones. McCaffrey would have wanted out in front of him, but he had to kind of go, almost behind him. So it's 2nd and 10 from the Texans 17. Jones in the gun. Steps into the pocket, throws it. Caught Jawan. Oh, incomplete. Juwan Jennings, man, those are the catches that we need you to make. Just look at that traveling. And there's so many 49er fans there, too, and they're seeing this garbage. Jennings has got to be making this. I mean, that is a really tough catch, I suppose, yeah. Not the best throw either from Jones. Shanahan looks absolutely fed up. I don't blame him. So there's 29 seconds to go in the half. It's 3rd and 10 now, so after back-to-back incompletes, Mac Jones furious, trying to get Kittle to go in motion. Snap is away. Throws it. Touchdown, George Kittle! Through about 3 defenders, and George Kittle with the touchdown! Let's go! Let's go! Touchdown, George Kittle! There was about 3 defenders all over him. Mac Jones hits him, and it's a huge play! Let's go! Touchdown, 49ers! Do the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know if I think you just go for one here. It's a little bit too early. Holy moly. The amount of defenders there. And Kittle comes up with it. Here comes the extra point attempt. Pinheiro is dinero. And it's going to be 16. The Niners get on the board here just before halftime. It's 16-7. Let's go. There's 25 seconds to go in the first half. The Texans do have 2 timeouts. Jones throws it. There's defenders all over Kittle, and that was a pinpoint, laser-accurate throw from Mac Jones right into the hands of Kittle. He had defenders all around him. George Kittle, touchdown. Brian Robinson with the great return set it up. Then you get the face mask. So we started that drive on the Texans 35. Come on, let's go. That's a huge play right there. Huge play. So just hold him here. Don't let him get any points before the half. 25 seconds to go in the first half. It's 16-7. The Texans have 2 timeouts. The Niners, we have 1 timeout. 49ers do get the ball to start the second half. So if we can hold them here, if we can stop them here to not give up any points, you're only down 9 and you get the ball, that could be something positive to build off. If Texans take it from the 5-yard line, Texans up to the 20 and that's a lot of time off the clock too. So 17 seconds left to go. Texans have the ball at the 27. Only 17 seconds to go. Kittle with a huge touchdown reception. 17-yard touchdown reception, and that's just Mac Jones being like, I'm going to throw it to the best tight end in the league, and hopefully he can make a play, and he certainly did. So it's from the 29-yard line, 17 seconds to go. Got to get a play here on first down. Stroud dumps it off to the back. Gets only maybe 2 yards on the play. There's 11 seconds to go in the half. So that took off 6 seconds off the clock, and they only got 2 yards. They're at their own 31. So we'll have to see. Houston probably, they have the 2 timeouts, so they maybe try a deep pass downfield. But if we can hold them here now, keep the score like this going into halftime, that would be a huge momentum changer right there. Snap is away for Stroud. Throws it way downfield. Intercepted by Lenore! Can he take it to the house? Lenore, our first pick of the season. Just get down, Lenore, at this point. Ball comes out. It's intercepted. So we do get the chain on. Lenore intercepts it. Overthrown by CJ Stroud. Intercepted Diamador Lenore. Either way, it's halftime. He did kind of end up fumbling the ball. But intercepted by Diamador Lenore first. And that's how you build some momentum going into halftime. Get the touchdown. Get the interception. 16-7. It's only a 9-point game, folks. We get the ball to start the second half. That's a huge play right there. And now the Texans are going to be a little bit like, man, what just happened here? What just happened? We were dominating this game. It was 16-0. Niners couldn't do anything. Now all of a sudden, 16-7. Niners get an interception. Does that maybe make they have to start thinking a little bit like, oh, damn, here we go again? All right, here we go. This is going to be a long halftime now. But look, the Niners defense needs it. Can the 49ers offense, can we go out there, get a big-time drive, make some things happen? Cam Scatterbo, the really good rookie running back for the Giants, carted off the field. They're showing that, and that's just a crappy thing to see, isn't it? You just hate seeing that. But yeah, just a big turn of events here out of Houston because look, and yeah, it all came from that return, and you never know. Look, we get the ball to start the second half. Can we make some more big plays offensively, have a decent drive? Even if it ends up in a field goal, you can have like a pretty good drive, long drive, give the defense a real rest and a real break after the, of course, halftime. And then if you can have like a 5-6 minute drive, end in points, suddenly Texans are going to be like, crap, what is going on here? Yeah, unfortunately, Scatterbo is, carted off the field. Looks like a lower leg injury, maybe knee or something like that. Knee or like an ankle. But yeah, tough for the Giants and Cam Scatterbo. Because he's a fun player to watch, that's for sure. Wow, what a turn of events here. George Kittle with the touchdown reception. This will be making them start to question. I think so, a little bit. I think so. Before we know it, it's going to be like, they're going to be like, damn, like, what's going on here? Not only that, but I mean, if we're talking if the Niners can go and get a field goal, but if we can go down and score a touchdown, guys, if you didn't see that George Kittle touchdown, that was something. Like 3 defenders around him. They all like collided with him as soon as he caught it and held on. What a great play. Pinpoint accuracy from Mac Jones too. It was awesome to see. But wow, what just a turnaround. The last, minute of the first half. We hold the Texans to 3. Because if it's 20-0, that's like that. I mean, not like 16-0 is that much, but 20-0, nothing going right. It was looking like, but then we get the stop, holding to 3. Huge return, Brian Robinson, and then the penalty, touchdown 49ers. Then we get the interception at the end of the first half. So things suddenly start turning around here. We'll have to YouTube it later. It's going to be on. It's probably on X, on Twitter. I would imagine it's all over there. But yeah, just what a massive turn of events here for San Francisco. Love to see it. The yardage at halftime, everybody. It's yards, Texans, 299. San Francisco, 65. 45 plays to 14. But those are some big, confident plays by the San Francisco, by the team, by the defense, by the special teams, by the offense. So I think that what Shanahan is going to be saying is like, look, the first 29 minutes of that half, everything went against us. We'd have a decent play. There'd be a penalty. We couldn't get any stops. Houston were making big plays. But look at that. The last 57 or so, 58 seconds of the half, we've now scored a touchdown. We get our first interception of the season. And sometimes those things can come in bunches then. Once they see like, oh, Lenore has an interception. Now we maybe start to see a bunch of guys get interceptions. And so look, there's going to be a lot more, the confidence of the 49ers in the locker room right now is going to be night and day compared to what it was if the half ended with a minute to go. Where if we were down 16-0 or 20-0, that would be deflating. You'd be like questioning, like, what do we need to do? Do we need to try and bring backups? Whatever the case may be. But now it's a 9-point game. We get the ball. Defense has some positive momentum. Everything changes right there. Everything changes. So that's great to see. And then it's going to be, I'm really curious to see now how the 49ers come out in the second half. There's no question that Demeco Ryans got the better of Kyle Shanahan in that first half there. Now let's see. Look, the student has been beating the teacher. But let's see what the teacher can do now in the second half. Maybe he's trying to lull them into a false sense of security, Stuart. I love the optimism, man. I love it. Houston could now have the collywobbles. I'm guessing like the jitters or like the heebie-jeebies. Man, they're going to be no good players left with all these. Yeah. And here's the thing that I like want to see is that, look, this game has been pretty bad. If we can come back, I mean, we'll have to wait and see what happens in the second half here. But depending on what happens, I mean, if the Niners can somehow find a way to win this game, then I think Lynch needs to be all over like the phones, to be like, what the hell? Like, we need to figure out to get some defensive players in here. If we can, even if we lose this game, even if we're 5-3, we have the Giants up then after that, who are now going to be without Cam Scatabo. And then we have 2 division games in the Rams and the Cardinals, with hopefully guys like Purdy and Ayuk. Ayuk probably not that far away from coming back. Be nice to have Ayuk back, but it's just you have to bring in, even if it's Arden Key from the Titans for like a 6th round pick or something like that. You have to bring in guys to help you out because it's just not good enough. Like the defense, great job to make the play at the end of the half. Diamador Lenore, great job by, but it's just patchwork. It's patchwork defense. This kind of reminds me of the butt counts game against the Rams. It's funny, Christian, that you mentioned that because I was just thinking about that. That was week 17 of the 2021 season, where the first half was not good. We did manage to score a field goal, I believe, before halftime. And Christian, I mean, you were at that game. I still remember that. You were at that game. And then let's see what the offense can do, There's definitely going to be some confidence there. You'd like to think that if we can come out, and all I'm saying is if we can even come out and score a field goal, like even if we can even come out and get 3 on the board, suddenly it's 16-10. We're only 6 behind. It's a touchdown game. And who knows what can happen? Maybe the defense starts playing with a little bit more confidence. Maybe Robert Saleh gets a little bit more aggressive. So there is a lot to play for here. I really just want to see the offense look a lot better in the second half because 65 yards of offense is pretty tragic, you have to admit. But hopefully not too far away from the start of the second half. Let me go and quickly take a look and see around the NFL. The scores around the league. All right, so as we know here, it's 16-7. The Dolphins 17-3 over Atlanta Falcons, and it's Kirk Cousins who is playing for Atlanta today. The Bengals 24-13 over the Jets. Patriots 9, Browns 7. Eagles 21, Giants 10, Bills 19, Panthers 3, Ravens 13, Bears 6. Games later today, we have Buccaneers against the Saints, Cowboys against the Broncos, Titans against the Colts. So those are all just awful games to watch. Oh, well, Cowboys Broncos should be a good one, but the other ones are just not good. Packers Steelers on Sunday Night Football. Monday Night Football, it's the Commanders and the Chiefs. So some interesting matchups there. The Niners now have the momentum going into the third quarter. We do have some momentum. And that is, we have to build off of that. Because if we can tack on just, good drive after good drive, again, even if it's a pretty positive drive for San Francisco, offensively coming out of the half, get 3 points. Suddenly you've had back-to-back offensive drives ending with points. The defense maybe gets a bit more. It's going to get a bit of a rest after having the halftime, coming out of halftime. And then if the offense can go down, chew up some clock, get some points. It's a one possession game. That would be huge. We'll have to see now. I think the second half is going to be starting shortly. I'll have to see what the 49ers offense can do here. That's going to be a big indicator of, I think, the rest of the game. Hopefully, the team can go out there. First downs, Houston have had 14. We've had 2. McCaffrey has 2 touches in the game for 8 yards. So, and it's his career low in an entire half football. To be honest, we just haven't really had many offensive plays. So being able to string together a long drive, there we go. Stewart says, no panic, one play at a time. Absolutely. I mean, look, there's a ton of football to go. It's a 9-point game, and we have the ball. So can we build off of that momentum to end the first half, carry it into the second half, and really try and just make some big plays here? Not even big play. I'm just looking like a long drive would be awesome. All right, start of the second half. Hopefully the Niners offense can keep the momentum going. Stroud ended the first half intercepted by Diamador Lenore. First interception of the season for the 49ers. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Christian, depends on what version of Cowboys and what version of Broncos we get. Yes, I think you're right. That game could be really good, or it could be just a disaster. And I suppose the other games, they are division games, and division games are always a little bit, different. So maybe the other 2 games could be okay or watchable, but have to wait and see. George Kittle there talking to Kyle Shanahan on the sideline. It's 16-7. Houston's about to kick the ball off back to San Francisco. A lot of 49er fans there. Rocking those new jerseys too. Love to see it. Those rivalry jerseys are actually, they're pretty nice. They're really nice. I like them. All right. Any minute now. This is such a long, intro to the... We just get the second half going already? Brian Robinson and Sky Moore will be back there to receive. Kaimi Fairbairn lining up to kick the ball off. We're wearing the chain because just before halftime, Lenore intercepted. Oh, he squibbed it, and that ball is bouncing all over the place, and the Niners are going to get excellent field position. Kaimi Fairbairn tried to squib it and make it awkward, but the ball landed before the 20. So now San Francisco, we're going to have the ball at the 40-yard line to start this drive. So Fairbairn did not kick that ball well at all. He almost kicked the ball almost hit a couple of his own players. But that's going to be a great field position for San Francisco to start the second half. 1st and 10 at our own 40-yard line. Mack behind center. McCaffrey the lone back. Jennings goes in motion. Now McCaffrey motions out. Houston bringing pressure. Jones throws it. Caught Jennings. Jennings gets about maybe 7 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 4, maybe 2nd and 3. That's a good first play to start the second half. We're at our own 46, 47-yard line. So a couple of just really bad plays special teams-wise by the Houston Texans have really helped out the 49ers. 2nd and 4, Mac Jones hands it to McCaffrey, who breaks tackles and ends up getting back to the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was going to lose a yard or two, but gets back to the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and 4 now. Houston was basically selling out to stop the run, and McKivitz got beat badly there on the edge, and nowhere to go for McCaffrey. 3rd and 4 coming right up. Niners, we need to get a first down here. Keep the offense on the field. Mac is going to be in the shotgun empty backfield, but now McCaffrey's going to join him over there. Looks like man coverage here for the Houston Texans, so they're maybe bringing pressure. Snap is away. They are. Jones throws, hit as he's thrown, and that's going to be incomplete. You got Niners on the ground, incomplete, so it's going to be a 3 and out for the Niners offense. Same old story. And just nothing. Oh, yep, you're right. 3rd quarter. Incomplete, Mac Jones. Just, they bring the pressure. Colton McKivitz was beaten by Will Anderson. Oh, and oh, wow. Trent Williams, lucky. That almost looked like he was going to be rolled up on. So it's 4th and 3. Niners going to punt the ball away. I mean, you have to. Morstead punts it. And the ball taken down at the 5-yard line. So that is a good job there by the 49ers punt unit. But, yeah, McKivitz just got beat badly. Yeah, Trent Williams, we got lucky on that one, folks, because there was a player who looked to be falling right, which could have been right on the knee of Trent Williams, but missed him. So thankfully, that's the case. But yeah, it's just kind of, I mean, we haven't had that many drives, but it's just had a good play. It happened on a drive earlier in the game. You have a good play on first down. You get 6-7 yards, 2nd and pretty short, and then you just can't do anything. Like, it's not good. And this, I mean, this is a game that we talked about at the start and even pre-game, that the 49ers, the offense needed to help the team out big time. Like, the defense, it's a skeleton crew out there. Let's be honest. Like, a fan of any other team, if they looked at this 49ers defense, or if you said, name a 49ers defensive player without Bosa or Warner because they're out, maybe they say Lenore, maybe they say Michael Williams simply because he was the 11th overall pick. They don't say anybody else. Like, that's it. Matt got hit in the head and no flag. Yeah, I didn't see anything too egregious there, but again, I'd have to look at that. It is, as long as they call that both ways, but if he did take a shot to the head, then that obviously should be a flag. What's up, Shifty? Just tuning in. What's going on? Andrew, how are we doing, buddy? This game has been pretty tough to watch. The Houston Texans dominated the first 29 minutes of the game. They were up 16-0. Then in the last minute, we get a touchdown before halftime. But now we just had a drive there to start the second half. Went nowhere. 3 and out yet again. We just can't move the ball offensively at all. But so we were able to get, we only got 6 yards on that drive, but we punted the ball away. We've pinned them back. So the Texans will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line. So maybe the defense can make a play. That would be huge. If we can, I mean, we're counting on a defense that just, again, skeleton crew defense. So, but if we can even force a 3 and out, force something like that, 3 and out, or just get a stop quickly, that would be good to get the ball back to the offense. First and 10, Houston at their own 6-yard line. Stroud in the gun back to his right. You think they're going to run it here up the middle. They do, and gets decent yards, gets about 3 yards on the play. Alfred Collins on the tackle. It's good to see Alfred Collins back out there. We have not seen Jordan Elliott return yet, but good job by the rookie Alfred Collins. And there's a lot of young players on that 49ers defense. Got a lot of rookies, a lot of second-year players, second and third-year players. So we are counting on, it's a youth movement. The clock is stopped, so someone is hurt, and that is Braxton Berrios, the wide receiver for the Houston Texans, is shaken up on the play. Looks to be his left hand or his left arm, perhaps. Hopefully he'll be all right. Really needed to move the rock there. We certainly did. Punter getting that work in American made. Good to see you back, buddy, after joining in last week. Lenore is the only defensive player with any kind of name recognition. And honestly, I think a lot of somewhat, if you're a very casual fan of the NFL, you could name Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, and that's it on the 9. Not even Lenore. We all know Lenore being 49er fans, and I think that if you're pretty darn clued in, if you're fairly well clued into the NFL, you would know about Diamador Lenore, but yeah. So it's going to be, they're calling it 2nd and 6. Braxton Berrios, their wide receiver, banged up on the play. Hopefully he's all right. Texans are somewhat limited at the wide receiver position. They don't have Nico Collins. They don't have Christian Kirk. So they're relying a lot on their rookies, the Iowa State rookies in Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel. And then we have, and then they have Hutchinson as well, who has actually been playing quite well. But hopefully the defense is playing with a little bit more confidence now. But just it's tough when we don't have the offense is just doing nothing. It's giving you nothing. We lost some good guys in the offseason too. Yeah, Dre Greenlaw obviously gone. Talanoa Hufanga gone as well. So Stout has name recognition amongst NFL OCs as the guy to target. Yeah, rookie guy playing a really tough position. Going from Western Kentucky, to playing in the NFL, it's obviously a big step up. I think Upton Stout has been, he's definitely had, he's had a number of penalties. He has gotten beat, so there's no question about that. But yeah, just not great. When we're just not getting any cover or any pressure at all, and it's when you're, when we were pretty light at edge going into the season. It was pretty much Bosa and Huff is all we really had, and now both of them are out. Huff should be back, I think, in a couple of weeks. Hopefully Huff is back for the Rams game. That's what I'm hoping for. Braxton Berrios looks like he's maybe going to the blue tent, I think. So Houston are down a couple of wide receivers. 2nd and 6 for Houston at their 10-yard line. Stroud in the gun. Snap is away. Looking to throw a quick, caught. First down, Houston. And that's Jaden Higgins with Lenore in the coverage. And he has all day back there, folks. Nice route there, too, by Jaden Higgins, actually. Kalia Davis playing with the club. Basically, his hand is all taped up. 1st and 10, Houston at their own, 20-yard line. Stroud behind center. Hands it off up the middle. Get him down, guys. You had him down for a loss, and then he ends up getting 5 yards. When the defense is, the defense has to make those plays. Shifty, I hope you're doing good. It's been a while. DJ Gene, how you doing, buddy? Man, it's good to see you. Scotabo is out for the season. That's shitty. Do you think we should trade Jennings for a D-end? I just don't think Jennings has that much trade value right now, though. And he's a free agent, so I don't know if a team would really want him. Bouncing, get him down. Nice job, guys. Just get him down to the freaking ground. No gain on 2nd and 5, so it's going to be 3rd and 5. Good job. Oh, crap. And Lenore Slow to get up. He is up on his feet, though. Jesus Christ, if we lost Lenore as well. 3rd and 5 for Houston. Can we get a stop? We need to get a stop here on 3rd down. Ogunbowale is the back. Good receiving back for Houston. Niners showing man coverage here. A lot of players at the line of scrimmage. Stroud throws it, caught, 1st down. Easy. Easy, just pitch and catch. I mean, it's just way too easy. Lenore is okay, I think. But just easy. Oh, Mustafa and Upton Stout end up just bumping into each other. So that's how Noel got wide open. Mustafa and Stout just, bam, they both knocked each other, like... And now there is a timeout on the field because is somebody freaking hurt? Hopefully it's not Lenore. D. Winters is hurt now, folks, but he is walking off under his own power. So D. Winters is hurt. Lovely. Brooks, how we doing, buddy? Good to see you, my man. Yeah, D. Winters shaken up on that play. So now it's going to be Nick Martin is probably going to be out there. You're going to have Nick Martin, the rookie out of Oklahoma State. And the defense just can't. I mean, look, guys. Yeah, hopefully D. Winters is okay. But I can't fault the defense here at all. I can't. Keeps happening. Guys just getting hurt all the time, week in, week out. We're gonna, it looked like you got a beer. No, not today. I'm working tomorrow morning, so no beers for me today. But yeah, just brutal. Just freaking brutal. That, like, I mean, you can't fault the defense. Like, maybe of the 11 starters on defense, really maybe like 5 of them should be maybe start. Like, these are guys who shouldn't be playing significant snaps at this point in their career in the NFL. It just shouldn't be happening. Had dinner at halftime, so off to Lawrence for a chat. Back shortly. All good, yeah, all good, Andy. No problemo at all. Tell him I said what's up. Always a big fan of platform 264 or 246. At this point, though, defense is an all-practice squad. Yep. Not the first season this has something weird going on with the injuries. And they just showed a graphic that since Kyle Shanahan has been head coach, so basically from 2017 up until now, the 49ers have missed the most games due to injury. And my guess is that it's probably not that close. Since 2017, 49ers players have missed over 2,000 games in those, 9 seasons? Absolutely, 8.5 seasons? Absolutely ridiculous. D. Winters is headed to the blue tent. He is limping a little bit. So now it is Curtis Robinson who's out there at linebacker. Curtis Robinson. 1st and 10, Houston at their own 33. Stroud behind center. Hands it off. Get him down, guys. Get him down. Please. Thank you. Almost had him for a loss of 2 or 3. Running back gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. So good job there defensively. But we just need to figure out a way to get Houston off the field, because if Houston's just going to keep picking up first downs, the clock is just going to keep moving, and it's just going to be less and less opportunities for this defense or the offense to do anything. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. There's about just over 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Houston's at their own 33. Stroud behind center. The back is Woody Marks. 3 receivers and a tight end. Snap is away. Fakes the handoff. Rolling to his right. Decent job there by Robert Beal. Downfield, incomplete. looking for Dalton Schultz, and that was actually Robert Beal, who was doing a good job there, kind of being blocked, but pushing the blocker in towards Stroud's direction. So 3rd and 10, you feel like the Niners, we have to get off the field here. You feel like we gotta get off the field here. Make a stop, defense. Come on now, make a freaking stop, please. 3rd and 10. Texans at their own 33. Stroud in the gun back to his left. Niners bringing pressure. Stroud's got time, dumps it off. Going to be caught by Schultz, and it's going to be a 1st down Texans up to midfield. Looks like there's maybe another couple of players hurt for the Texans here. Jeepers. But it's a 1st down, and Schultz just wide open. Mustafa just beat really badly by Dalton Schultz. Slips and falls. And potentially Schultz and Hutchinson were slow to get up, but I think they're okay. So 1st down Houston, and that's just... Yeah, Mustafa's looking all out of sorts. And that's going to be either a timeout or a delay of game. It is a timeout, Houston, at midfield. Schultz on the sideline, a little bit shaken up. This kid, Nick Martin, is really good, says Lewis. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely looks like a raw player. I think that Nick Martin will be the guy that we see. I think we'll see more of him next year. They're doing whatever they want on 3rd down. Yeah, it's just not even like... It's just really easy too. Like, we bring like 2 guys on a blitz. Like, we're rushing 6, and Stroud is just back there. He's got plenty of time. Dumps it off to Schultz. Makes the guy miss. Easy 1st down. Picks up 17 on 3rd and 10. Niners just lost out there. And again, I struggled to blame the defense. I mean, this is a game where the offense needed to really help out the defense, and they've done nothing of the sort. 1st and 10, right at midfield. Stroud behind center. 9 minutes to go in the 3rd. Snap is away. Stroud over the middle, caught 1st down up to the Niners 32. And that's going to be a big gain. Houston, again, 0 pressure on CJ Stroud. And the coverage... I mean, Jair Brown and D. Winters, who's back in the game, so that's good news. Both falling for that play action. Both coming up and just having to... So it's tough. Houston in scoring position again, so I just don't see much going right here for San Francisco. Pickup of 3 on 1st down for Houston. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Texans. 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. And you kind of feel like the Niners offense will have to go into just like to hurry up mode with how this game is going. But we had them back. They were pinned back at their own 6-yard line. Another really long drive for the Texans. And this Niners defense, again, you can't fault them. There's nobody there playing for them. Stroud throws it downfield. Incomplete, looking for number 88. I think that's Harrison Bryant. So luckily incomplete there, because Bryant had a step there on Luke Gifford, the linebacker. Incomplete though, so been saying it all game long. If we can get a stop on 3rd down, if we're only down 12, and there's still a lot of time left. But the first massive hurdle the Niners we need to overcome is, can we actually get a stop on 3rd down? 3rd and 7, Stroud in the gun, trips receivers up top. Niners bringing all-out pressure. Stroud throws it, caught, and that's going to be a touchdown. That's going to be touchdown, Houston. Xavier Hutchinson, touchdown. So the answer is a resounding no. We cannot get a stop on third down. So it's going to move to 23-7. Houston dominating the 49ers. The Niners defense can't do anything. The offense can't do anything. Steven says we can't stop a toddler at this point, yet Mustafa is way off on the coverage. They're doing whatever they want. Garbage time. Mustafa is not looking good. Yeah, I mean, it's not far off from being game, folks. I think that what's going to happen here on this next drive is going to really determine this game. No pressure. I mean, I can't blame Saleh, though. I really can't. Like, you can see even, like, seconds before the snap, like, the Niners defensive players are just like, wait, where is we lining up? Where am I supposed to be? You had, like, Mustafa and Upton Stout, like, colliding into each other earlier. Like, just simple things that, yeah, just not good enough. No pressure. Defense is a sieve. Yeah, completely agree. Big Daddy Joe says game over at this point. I would say that it's not over. Yeah, there's still football to go. Look, it's 16 points. Still technically. Saleh needs to go. Eddie, absolutely not. No defensive coordinator. You could have, but who's the best Buddy Ryan? You could have whoever the, Spagnuolo, Belichick, whoever you consider the best defensive coordinator, and with a bunch of guys like rookies, like 6th round picks and second year players who have no business playing meaningful snaps at this point in their career. It's bad. It's bad. But can the offense respond with something? The offense has been able to do almost nothing. And to go from, and it was pretty much the exact opposite of what that is the opposite of what we needed there. At halftime, it was 16-7. We had momentum. We scored a touchdown, interception. We get the ball. The Texans mess up the kickoffs. We start at the 40-yard line. 25 yards would get us 3 points probably, and make it a one-possession game. But no, we go 3 and out. Oh, then we give up a 94-yard touchdown drive. It's absolutely pathetic. Texans hogging the clock. They are hogging the clock, and I have not much faith in. You can't have faith in the defense. They just have nobody. They really don't. Saleh looks like he gave up a long time ago. Kyle and John don't want to make trades. They expect rookies and second teamers to perform every week. I mean, look, that's the thing. Like, they just don't have the players. Don't have the players whatsoever to make anything happen. This team is fraudulent, and look, maybe 4th drive of 10 plus plays. That's 12 plays, 94 yards, 6 minutes off. So everything, like, if we could have gotten a quick 3 and out and then get the ball back in good field position, but no. Like, that was just awful. Absolutely dreadful. So there's 7.5. We're halfway through the third quarter. 7.5 minutes to go in the third. Fairbairn to kick it off to the 49ers. Niners looking just absolutely pathetic and anemic. And Sky Moore takes it up to the 24-yard line, upended by the Texans. So not even that great field position. The 24-yard line. The Niners offense shows something. I mean, Kyle Shanahan's been absolutely owned by Demeco Ryans, and it's not even close. 1st and 10, San Francisco at our own 24. Mack behind center, McCaffrey the lone back. Kittle, Juszczyk, Jennings, and Bourne. They give it to McCaffrey. McCaffrey gets a pretty good gain here on first down. Gets about 9 yards on first down, so solid play. McCaffrey with the 9-yard gain on first down. Good blocking up front there. Connor Colby doing a good job, as was Trent Williams. 2nd and 1, San Francisco. And I feel like I just haven't seen the offense at all this game. So weird. Jones in the gun. McCaffrey to his right. Use check in motion. Snap is away. Jones throws a short here to McCaffrey. Gets blocking from use check. Gets the first down. So gets a couple of yards there. Just dumps it off to McCaffrey. You pick up the first down. Let's effing go. Nice to see CMC on the move. If it wasn't for Saul, this would be 35. Yeah, exactly. Please keep our draft picks, no trades. I mean, I don't think you can go through the rest of the season looking like this, though. 1st and 10. Jones drops back. Throwing it way downfield. God, no! Jennings had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Jennings had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Mack threw it way downfield. Would have been a huge gain to Juwan Jennings. Had the ball in both hands. Drops it. And Jennings has just... What's happened to Juwan Jennings this year, folks? Jennings last year was making all kinds of crazy catches and just incomplete. Juwan Jennings. Snap is away. Catch here for George Kittle. Gets about 4 or 5 yards. Oh, it's going to be 3rd and 6. I mean, Shanahan dials up a great play. Jennings is there, has the DB, has him beat, just can't reel in the catch. Not saying it's an easy catch, but he had the ball in both hands and drops it. 3rd and 6 now for San Francisco. And I think you're potentially in, I mean, we'll see what happens here. Jones in the gun, McCaffrey to his left. To mark, and they're going to call timeout. They don't like the play call. And you cannot be wasting timeouts in a situation like this. Pressure being wide receiver 1 for the first time? I mean, maybe. Yeah. That's just Jennings this year. Jennings' head is gone. Shifty, I noticed that you're picking up a bit of a European accent. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been living here for the last 2.5 years, and I did grow up here. So, but it kind of comes and comes and goes. Jennings' head is gone, though. Yeah, I mean, look, he's just... Earlier in the offseason when Jennings had his, his calf injury, which we kind of think was more like a contract issue. This is why you don't do that. It's gonna mess up, and he's gonna lose a lot of money based on his play this season. Jennings goes in motion, 3rd and 6 here. Jones in the gun, Texans, and that's gonna be maybe a false start. It's a false start, incomplete. So that's a false start against San Francisco. So 3rd and 11 coming up here for San Francisco. Kyle Shanahan doesn't know what to do. Like, you call, and that's what you guys are saying is totally true. You call a timeout, you come out of the timeout and have a freaking false start. Colby, yeah, it was Connor Colby moved just a little bit, and yeah. So 3rd and 11 now, folks. So, I mean, that play was doomed from the get-go, so maybe we actually have a chance here to pick it up, but I'm not holding my breath. Texans showing like they're going to bring pressure. Snap is away, and that's an offside against the defense. Jones, just throw it deep. It's against the defense, so just throw it deep, Jones. That looks to be, I think that's an offside against the defense. Will Anderson was, unless he like timed that to perfection, but that might be offside against the defense. It is against the defense, so it's going to be 3rd and 6 again. I don't know if he was offside. I think he maybe timed that perfectly. But if you're Jones, you maybe have to, I mean, it's easy for me to up here to say. It's easy for me up here to say, oh, like Jones, you have to know he was offside. Therefore, you got a free play, so just chuck it downfield. But so it is 3rd and 6. So we had the false start, but then there was an offside. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Jones in the gun, McCaffrey now to his right. 2 receivers up top. Receiver tight end down low. Snap is away. Jones under pressure. He's going to run for it. Jones going to get the first down. Gets to Houston territory, to the Houston 48. Let's go. Come on. Let's go hurry up here. Let's go hurry up. Jones is not Rodgers, yes. Good blocking by the Niners offense. I mean, the Texans brought a blitz there and did a pretty good job of picking it up. Jones scrambles, gets the first down, but I think we need to go. We do hand it off to McCaffrey here. McCaffrey makes a couple of guys miss, gets maybe 3 yards on the play. So it's going to be 2nd and 7, but I think we have to start moving faster here. Just over 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Like, if we can go down and score a touchdown here, I mean, but with the way the offense is played, that's very wishful thinking. Now it's 4 minutes to go in the third, 2nd and 7. Jones behind center, McCaffrey's the back, trips receivers down low. This is going to be a pass play here. Born in motion. Snap is away. No, it's going to be a run to McCaffrey. A draw play. First down, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey picks up 10 on the play. Nice play design there by Kyle Shanahan. I like that. Pickup of 10 and the first down. Let's go. Let's hurry up, guys. I think we got to go hurry up. I mean, we are still in the third quarter, so it's not absolutely necessary, but I think maybe if you string together some positive plays, maybe wear out the Texans defensive line a little bit. 1st and 10 at the Texans 37. Mack in the gun, McCaffrey to his left. Snap is away. Jones looking to throw. Got time. Throws it downfield. Caught! First down again, and that's going to be George Kittle down to the 20. Nice pickup there. Good blocking by the offensive line. And let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. George Kittle picks up about 16 on the play to the Texans' 21-yard line. Nice throw. Jones behind center. Snap is away. Gives it to McCaffrey. Falls forward. Maybe gets a yard. Kittle looking for a flag there, but not going to get it. 2nd and 9 coming up for San Francisco. Jones, like almost every game at some point, is hobbling a little bit. Yeah, Texans defense has just been smothering the 49ers offense. 2nd and 9, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Yeah, I guess you really don't have to go hurry up. It's probably better to kind of maybe take your time and just make sure you get the right play calls in. 2nd and 9, Jones behind center, snap is away, looking to throw. Jones gets sacked. And slowed to get up. So it's going to be 3rd and forever. That was a loss of maybe 7 yards. I mean, you had McCaffrey open too, but Jones was not looking that direction at all. And yeah. Third and 17. Jones throws it downfield. Caught! That's caught! Jawan Jennings, it's down to the 1-yard line. And a huge play. A huge play. Mac Jones throws it, and Jawan hangs on, takes a shot from a couple of Houston defenders, and it's now 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. Let's go. Come on, let's go. I formation, 1st and goal. Snap is away. Fakes it to McCaffrey. Throws it. Tonjes! Touchdown, Jake Tonjes! Let's go! Touchdown, 49ers! Do you go for 2? Maybe you go for 2. Possibly you go for 2 here. And it looks like maybe... I think you go for 2 here. Jones fakes the handoff under I formation. Fakes the handoff to McCaffrey. Had Kittle... and also had Tonjes. I think he was throwing for Kittle, But Tonjes just jumps up and grabs it and brings it in. Touchdown 49ers. Let's go. Let's see what the call is here. And the offense is staying out there. So Niners going for 2. Jones behind center. Looking to throw. And it's good. 2-point conversion is good. 23-15. Let's go. We got a game here, folks. We got a game here. Let's go. And Jones fakes the handoff, throws it. Demarcus Robinson is good. And look, we're still in the third quarter, folks, so there is time. Here's the thing, though. Can the defense step up and get a stop? And that's the big question mark. I've been asked to show this picture. So this picture is my better half and a bunch of coworkers who are out at a bar. So there we go. You got your shout out. There we go. Stefan, you get your shout out right there on YouTube. Right, man. They are Sharks. Yeah, look, 23-15. It is a 1-possession game, folks. Crazy. Can the defense get a stop? Dad Vistator, there we go. 100% facts, says Big Daddy Joe. Was Mac throwing to Kittle? I think Mac was throwing to Kittle. Is the impression, like the way with the velocity that he had on the throw, but great job by Tonjes to bring it in. Kickoff is away from Pinheiro, taken at the 5-yard line and gets up to the 31. So Houston will start at the 31-yard line. Look at the 49ers go. 1-score game. We're just here at this might be the last play of the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Houston Texans. Can the Niners get a big stop? Maybe the defense gets fired up after the offense scored. We'll have to wait and see. At their own 31, there's 22 seconds to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10. Stroud behind center. 2 backs in the backfield. They hand it off up the middle. And that's a big time run by Houston up to the 45. That'll do it for the third quarter. So far, so not so good on this drive. Houston gets a first down, and it's going to be at their 45, pickup of 14 on first down. Can Solid dial something up, please? So far, don't hold your breath, Tommy. Pickup of 14 for Houston. I mean, how about that 3rd and 17 where Mac Jones hits Jawan Jennings? That was huge. I mean, and great for Jennings to hold on to it. We have been, and I think fairly rightfully so, critical of Jennings this season. Definitely hasn't played nearly to what we would have hoped or expected. But great play on that 3rd and 17. Great touchdown. Nice 2-point conversion. Defense, though, so far not great. The defense is working like a fly swatter with a giant hole in it. The defense is like a fly swatter with a bunch of like American bald eagles coming at you. Yeah, that's like if you have like 50 bald eagles flying towards you and you have like a fly swatter trying to get rid, it's just not going to work. Yeah, defense not great. Does Saleh have the horses? He doesn't. No, he doesn't. Let's be honest. Saleh does not have the horses. Yeah, Saleh clearly does not have the. But I do think that we do need to get aggressive here defensively, like playing a lot closer to the line of scrimmage, because if we now give up like another 5-6 minute drive and they score a touchdown, then it's over, but if you're going to give up, I'd almost rather it be quick, but maybe you have, by playing aggressively, you maybe have that chance to force a big play. But thank you, Tommy, for the $2, by the way. But it doesn't look good for the defense right now. But I think if you're Saleh, yeah. And I think if you're I think if you are Shanahan, you are probably look, Saleh is completely in charge of the defense, but if I'm Shanahan, I'm kind of suggesting to Saleh or saying to Saleh, like, look, we got to get aggressive here. Because if we give up a quick touchdown, so be it. But maybe we have a chance of making a big play. But we can't go and give up another 5-6 minute drive and a touchdown. Like that's end game right there. So that's what I'd be saying. You know, I'd be like, Saleh, let's dial up blitzes. Let's play our guys close to the line of scrimmage. Houston is down a bunch of their receivers. So, but let's see. We're at the start of the fourth quarter. 1st and 10, Houston at their own 45-yard line. Stroud behind center. Looks like the Niners are listening to me. They have a ton of guys right near the... Now they're backing away, though. I don't like that. Fakes the handoff, does Stroud. Throws it downfield, incomplete. Whew. Jaden Higgins was wide open, and that's a few times now that Stroud has overshot Jaden Higgins. Just a little bit too much air underneath it for Stroud. Incomplete, and Higgins was open. So incomplete. 2nd and 10. Come on, defense. Stroud in the gun. He's got Woody Marks to his left. 3 receivers and a tight end. That's a false start. That was a false start on the tight end. Picks up about 5 yards on 2nd and 10, but that was absolutely a false start. Come on. The tight end moved. Did anyone else not see the tight end move quickly there for the Texans on that play? He absolutely moved early. How do you not see that? That was absolutely a false start. 3rd and 5 here. I don't have any faith in I don't have any faith in the freaking defense. Got to stop here realistically. Stroud has Ogunbowale in the backfield with him. Niners showing they drop out of bringing pressure. And Stroud is going to run for it. Stroud's going to get the first down, slides, and it's going to be 1st down, Texans up to the 40-yard line. I mean, just crazy. Just crazy. Really frustrating to watch. It's like death by 1,000 cuts. Just slowly. I'd rather go out guns blazing than, that's it. And there's a player down for the 49ers, and he has hands on his helmet. I think it might be Sam Okuwanu, but I can't see the number. Sam Okuwanu is down. He is hobbling off the field, is Sam Okuwanu. Yeah, it's just brutal, guys. I mean, I don't know what to say. Defense is closed for the season. Saleh getting humbled today. That's it. I'm driving to Santa Clara to go join the defense. I mean, couldn't do any worse. Yeah, well, and look, if someone, I can absolutely understand the argument where, let's say the 49ers, if you're saying don't give up any significant draft capital next year for trades, like don't give up like a 2nd or a 3rd, I can get that. Don't get mad at me, chat. The 49ers better than Texans. Nah, not with the defense, just the lack of players. If both teams were fully healthy, that would be a really good game, but not with. But we're missing our 2 top edge rushers. Best linebacker in the game is out. No. But I can understand, the argument of don't give up any major draft capital, like a 2nd or 3rd round pick, or obviously a 1st next year, just because without Bosa and Warner, like really, it's not like they're really that closes the potential Super Bowl window. And the crazy thing is there's really no dominant team in the NFL. So it kind of feels like the Super Bowl is there for the taking in some respects. But I say Sam Okuwanu has need to be helped off the field, and that doesn't look good. He can barely walk on his left leg, it looks like. Oh, that might even just be an ACL tear. Sam Okuwanu is definitely done for the game, so now the room gets even emptier at defensive end. 1st and 10, Houston at the Niners 42. Stroud behind center. Snap is away. They hand it to the back, who breaks through, and he gets 6 yards, and he should have gotten no gain. But look, we're playing with a bunch of nobodies out there. Shifty back from Lawrence. He passes his best regards to you and the entire Shifty gang. If anyone could pop over to 246 platform, give him a like, he would appreciate it. Yeah, Andy, feel free to drop the link for his live stream in the chat. And if you guys want to head over there and like the stream, would greatly appreciate it. And so would he. 2nd and 4 now. Stroud in the gun. They're just going to hand it off here. Hand it off and bounces outside. Big first down. Houston down to the 20, 15, inside the 15-yard line. And it's just looking worse and worse and worse. What's with all these injuries? I don't know. I would rather be in a dentist waiting room than watching this. Our nobodies are getting, Renardo Green and Upton Stout. You guys both can't go in. Someone has to be playing the edge. And that's football 101. Especially at the NFL level. Someone has to be setting the edge there. Unbelievable. Houston, the defense is just garbage. And look, there's guys who have no business playing in the meaningful snaps in the NFL are out there. Malik Mustafa, good play. Loss of 2. So maybe you try and hold him to 3 here. That's what I've been saying all mother-loving game long. Nice job there by Mustafa. Oh, you just if you go to his stream, and if you click the URL, and then copy that, and then you can paste it here in the chat. 447 yards of offense for the Texans. 2nd and 12 here. Snap is away. Stroud looking to throw. He's got a man wide open. There is a flag on the play, so hopefully that'll be a holding call against Houston, but there is a flag down. Stroud did pick up about 5 or 6 yards on the scramble, but we have to see what the flag is, and it would be awesome if it was a hold. Jair Brown, and looks like there might be flags against both teams. Holding on the offense. Penalties declined. Yes, so it's against both teams. A flag against both teams. There might not be a team to watch by the time we get in December. Yeah, Penelope, I think you're right. Shifty, you're funny today. Oh, that wasn't me. Someone else had the dentist line. But yeah, that's a good line. I like that. So after the play, there was two holdings against the offense, but there was illegal contact or something against the defense. So it's a replay the down, 2nd and 12. Niners bringing pressure. And that's going to be Upton Stout, and Stroud gets out of it, but get him down. And he loses a bunch of yards right there. Nice job, defense. Upton Stout with a really nice blitz right there. Stroud was able to get out of it, dumps it off to his back, but loses 5 yards on the play. So 3rd and 17. Nice design there for Saleh. Good job by Stout as well. Really forced the pressure. Stroud does a good job able to get rid of it, but Curtis Robinson with the tackle on Woody Marks. So it's a really good job by the Niners defense right there, which I haven't been able to say much. But 3rd and 17 at the 20-yard line. Snap is away. They hand it off, and he's going to get a big gain. Get him down, guys. He does. We do stop him well before the first down, so it's going to be 4th and long. So the Niners will hold him to a field goal. So it's about to be an 11-point game. There's 10 minutes to go in the game. 3 flags on one play. Yeah. Nice time. It was a great time to call DB blitz. Preston Freeman, 40. Yeah, I mean, we're hobbling. We are hobbling. So here comes an easy field goal attempt here for Kaimi Fairbairn. There's no way he misses this. There's 0 chance that he misses this field goal. Damn it. He does score. 26-15. So 11-point game. Obviously, at least two possession game. Just under 10 minutes to go in the game. So Niners now, obviously, we have to go hurry up. I just noticed we had a guy in the field in a wheelchair on that, the Jeepers. Just enough time for a comeback. So you're telling me there's a chance. Texans big time hogging the clock. Yep, absolutely spot on. There's no doubt about that. Just under 10 minutes left in the game. Niners need 2 scores. You need a field goal and a touchdown with 2-point conversion to tie it up, or else 2 touchdowns to potentially win the game. But the Niners offense is going to have to move the ball quickly. Which has been, the defense for the Texans, it's going to be playing kind of that prevent defense. They're gonna let us get 5-6 yards, and they're just not going to give up anything downfield, is my guess. Because they're going to hope, I think that the Demeco is probably going to hope that, look, if the Niners chew off like 5 minutes off the clock here and score points, then there's maybe 4 minutes left in the game, and they obviously should have enough confidence in their offense to be able to run out the clock then. Just be happy Moody is gone. Yes, Moody. But I don't know, is Moody, how's he doing for the Bears? He was playing, I don't know how he's doing today, but yeah. Actually, let me check the scores around the NFL while we have this break in the action. So the Dolphins 34, Falcons 3, Bengals 31, Jets 24, but the Bengals are on the Jets 1-yard line. Patriots 30, Browns 13, Eagles 31, Giants 13, Bills 40, Panthers 9, and the Ravens 23, Bears 13. I rank this defense number 32 in the league. We suck. Yes. Oh, Cairo Santos is healthy, so Moody's not playing. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, it's hard to disagree with that, but just, there's nobody. The Niners just don't really have players, don't really have anyone out there who can even play on the defensive side. Just way too many injuries. And I think that there was a bit of an issue with a lack of depth on the defense heading into the season. But who could have predicted losing your 2 best players? I mean, kickoff is away, taken by Sky Moore. Gets up to the 32-yard line. 9:35 left in the game. So I think, the Niners have to go hurry up right here. Mac Jones hasn't been able to accumulate many yards. He's been under pressure a lot this game. But he does have 2 touchdowns to Kittle and to Tonjes. So his quarterback rating is probably going to be pretty decent, but just haven't really been able to do much. So it's 26-15. We have the ball at the 32-yard line, 9.5 minutes to go in the game. Juszczyk is being motioned all over the place. Mac Jones in the gun, McCaffrey to his right. Snap is away to McCaffrey behind the line of scrimmage, and he loses 5 yards. What the frick play call was that? What the hell play call was that? Throws it behind the line of scrimmage way behind the line of scrimmage to McCaffrey, and we lose 5 yards on the play. Like, that was absolutely, excuse my French, but that was absolutely fucking dreadful. Snap is away. Jones looking to throw, under pressure, steps into the pocket, gets it to Juszczyk for a pickup of maybe 3, so it's going to be 3rd and long. 3rd and very long for San Francisco. Just awful. I mean, that play was fooling nobody. You had Juszczyk over there, Kittle motioning there. Like, what were they thinking with that? I thought because the pass was backwards that maybe McCaffrey was going to try and throw it to somebody, but really, really bad stuff there. It's 3rd and 11 here now for San Francisco, and not great. Snap is away. Jones throws it downfield. Incomplete. Throws it too high, looking for Jordan Watkins. Incomplete, and it was actually a pretty well-designed play because Watkins was open, but just too high for Jordan Watkins. Yeah, he's still got to catch that. I mean, throws it too high, but yeah, incomplete. Now you punt the ball away, and we may not see the ball again because the way the Texans can move the ball, it's... Snap is away, punt is away. Texans have the ball at the 28. And yeah, that was a catchable ball. That was, I mean, it was high, but Watkins had a chance to have both hands on it, but he had his hands like this instead for some reason. Alrighty, folks, we're at a commercial break here. I will be back momentarily. Alrighty. 2nd and 5 for the Texans. I actually thought there was a commercial break there, but not so much. So, Stroud. Just a quick, easy pass and catch. Like, at this point, if the Niners defense is not going to play aggressive, then, like, when do you play aggressive? Just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. 7 minutes to go, but this game is all but lost just because the Texans can move the ball so easily. Texans hogging the clock. Yeah, sorry, chat, game over. Yeah, you're right. This may be the season 49ers consider moving on from. No. I'm considering picking up smoking crack after this game. Says Steven. 1st and 10, Houston. They hand it off, and decent play there. How does he fall forward for like 5 yards there? Like, we had him tackled with maybe a 2-yard gain. Ends up getting, 5-6 yards on the play. But yeah, Steven, no smoking crack. Don't do that. That's not good. Don't let the Niners don't let the Niners do that to you. I mean, if you didn't pick up smoking crack after losing a Super Bowl, this is not the game to do it. But no smoking crack. I don't condone that. 2nd and 6. I formation behind Stroud. Snap is away. Hands it off up the middle. And he gets through for a pickup of 3. So it is going to be 3rd and short. But, yeah, I feel they're going to have, no crack. Yeah, we're not doing that. Niners got me drinking, says Lewis. Can't go to war without a defense. We barely score 20 a game. Yeah, I mean, this is where like I have liked how Mac Jones has played coming in for Brock Purdy, but Purdy is the guy where he can make big plays with his legs and with his arm. He's not afraid to take shots. So 3rd and 3, quick pass here. Get him down. Nice tackle right there. Upton Stout and Renardo Green and Mustafa. That's a whole bunch of first and second year players. So no gain. I think if you're the Texans, there's no point in risking it. I think you're going to punt the ball away. And this will be their first punt of the game. But that was actually well read by the young defensive backs. Upton Stout, Renardo Green. Really good job there. And Mustafa was there too. So I think, I mean, look, yeah, I'm definitely in the camp of don't give up any major draft capital. I still think that you trade maybe a 6th or whatever to get some players in here to help out. But these guys are going to be pretty good come the next few years. And we're going to have the ball at the 1 yard line. That was a great punt by Houston. Absolutely great punt. We have Jermaine Jones here saying, we suck. Yes, we do. Well, this game we do. That was a great punt from Houston. It'll be at the 1.5 yard line, maybe. So what we need to have happen here, guys. Okay, and so Steven goes, okay, we just need to go 99 yards, get a defensive stop, and score again. Basically, yeah. If we can do a deep pass, like remember the Vikings did to us last year, that's what we need right now. Ball at the 1, Jones in the gun. Snap is away. Jones throws it. Incomplete. Under a lot of pressure. You just couldn't make this up. Yeah, I mean, you can't. I think that you send Jordan Watkins deep here. And that you just have, I don't want to say like a max protect, but Daniil Hunter. And then he hit Mac Jones pretty high there. Did he not get him like a right around like the helmet? No. 2nd and 10 here. Jones looking to throw. Throws it. Caught Kendrick Bourne. First down up to the 19 yard line. Takes a hit though from number 29 from the defense. Let's be honest, even if we trade for someone, it wouldn't make enough of a difference. I tend to agree with you, Christian. Although, look, you have, like, you know, veteran guys here who, they go quick here. Caught by Jennings. Jennings gets about 7-8 yards. So, yeah, I mean, there's less than 4 minutes in the game. You have to obviously go hurry up. But, no, I agree with you. I mean, I think that you trade maybe for a guy. I've been kind of banging the table for a guy like Arden Key. And then, you know, Bryce Huff back. You owe it to the players to try and make the playoffs. Quick pass over the middle. Demarcus Robinson, first down. Got to keep pushing it. Keep pushing it. Guys are taking way too long, though, to get lined up here. 2 timeouts remaining. Snap is away. Jones looking to throw. Throws it over the middle. Going to be caught by McCaffrey. McCaffrey's making a bunch of guys miss and gets a huge gain. Just got to go hurry up here. I know the game is basically over, but, you know, still just got to give it a shot, right? Come on. 2:49 left to go in the game. There's a timeout on the field. I wonder if that's Houston, because I don't see any way the Niners would call a timeout there. Gets up to the Houston 41-yard line. And here come all the garbage time stats, too, for the receivers. Playoffs? Playoffs? Says Eddie. Is there an injury timeout? Yeah, it's on the defense. That's Derek Stingley Jr., one of the better cornerbacks in the entire league. He is running off under his own power, so he'll have to miss a play. But that does stop the clock, and now one of their best defensive players is off the field for at least 1 down. So this is now maybe you take a shot deep here at the Houston 41. If you can get the protection to hold up, maybe you take a shot here. Smith is the backup DB. Mac Jones now in the gun. 2:40 to go in the game. Clock is now moving again. Snap is away. Jones looking to throw. He's got time. Throws it downfield. Incomplete. Looking for Kendrick Bourne. Almost was able to reel it in. Would have been a great catch and on the sideline. Ugh, just, he had his hands on it. Would have been tough, though. I don't know if he would have been able to get that I don't think he would have been able to get that left foot down in bounds. But good effort. 2:30 to go in the game. Clock is stopped with the incompletion. I mean, even if we can reduce the scoreline, that would be a huge effort. That's true, Andy. I agree with you. Snap is away. Jones looking to throw. Got time. Over the middle to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's going to get the first down. Oh, takes a big hit there. Gets the first down to the Texans 30, and you got to go real quick here. Try and get a playoff before the 2-minute warning. Oh, there's guys all over the place, don't know where they're going. Snap is away. Looking for the end zone. Intercepted. Looking for Jawan Jennings. And it's intercepted. That's Houston Texans ball, everybody. And that's going to do it for the game. Mac needed to put a little bit more under it. Kamari Lassiter, really good second-year player out of Georgia, who I really liked in the draft. But Jones just needed to get more under it. Jennings kind of needed to play better DB right there. Steven says, well, it was fun while it lasted. Actually, no, it wasn't. Defense lost us the game, yeah. Well, I don't even know about... I think the offense was dreadful for most of the game. Let's be real here. The Frog and the Scorpion. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for helping out the algorithm right there. Jennings is a bunk wide receiver. Sometime, yeah. It hasn't been great. The... Jawan Jennings this year, but also I think Mac needed to put more underneath that. Like he needed to throw it farther, either because Jennings had a step on the DB, so you have to throw it long. Either the wide receiver catches it or nobody catches it. Well, it's an AFC game, guys, and the big picture doesn't really hurt. We need Brock back, yeah. Look, hopefully we can have a bounce back week next week. You know, the Giants without Scatabo, they're going to struggle quite a bit. But yeah, hopefully we can bounce back next week, but tough loss. Just have to accept it, move on, and then hopefully next week or two we get Purdy back. Ayuk is maybe about 3-4 weeks away. Ideally, maybe Bryce Huff. I mean, and maybe there is a trade to be made. That's reasonable. Jennings has been away with the Fairies this season. Yeah, he hasn't been good. You know, he was so good last year. Like so many big games, like against the Rams, against the Patriots, so many big-time catches. I don't think he was going to catch that ball, but he could have kind of played DB and tried to just swat the ball away. But yeah. Tough game, guys. And a couple of plays here. We'll see if Houston gets a first down. I mean, the game is lost. It's essentially impossible for the Niners to win, barring just like the most insane miracle of all time. But we'll see if Houston gets a first down, then we will call it, folks. Big Wave. Thanks a lot, Shifty, for your play-by-play. We'll get him next time. See you on the flip side. Be safe. Yes, no trades. This team is not Super Bowl contenders. Again, Big Daddy Joe, look, I'm in agreement with you to not give up any first, second, third round picks, fourth even, but to give up a future, say a sixth round pick, if you can get an Arden Key, someone who can just get a little bit of pressure. That was so well played by Lassiter on that. Will that be down at the 1 yard line for Houston though? Yes, he'll be down at the 1, I think, right? Or is it, ball at the 1 yard line. So imagine if the Niners can force a safety here. It would still be a 9-point game. But if you can, I think you sell out to get a safety, right? Like, don't you do that? Texans are inside their own 1 yard line. Sell out and I think Stroud just quarterback sneaks it, but he does. Gets a couple of yards there, a little bit of breathing room. But I would give up a 6th round pick or 7th round pick next year for if we can get an edge player just to help out a little bit. Oh, and then Jones got hit in the helmet too. Is that not a flag? I know you guys have been saying, oh, jeepers. On the interception, Mac Jones got hit in the face mask by Will Anderson. So Niners are calling timeouts, and look, we'll probably get the ball back, but and then you can kind of get some more garbage time stats, I suppose. But if you're playing Robert Beal and Travis Gibson as your DNs, what are we even doing? On 2nd and 8, the Texans pick up 3. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Niners use the last timeout. So, assuming we can actually get the stop here on 3rd down, then after the punt, there'll be less than a minute to go. So, Niners might have a chance here to, again, just gain some garbage time stats. And this might be a chance here as well for the Niners to basically improve the 3rd down efficiency on defense. 474 yards of offense for Houston, 217 for San Francisco. 23 million cap space next year. Looking for what free agents? Yeah. And that's an interesting point too. 3rd and 5, Stroud hands it off to the back, who gets tackled for little to no gain. Elliott is injured. Yeah, Jordan Elliott picked up an injury earlier in the game and has not returned, which obviously kind of looking for and hoping for the rookies like Alfred Collins. I'd like to see CJ West a little bit more. I think CJ West had some kind of thumb or hand injury, which is kind of the state of the 49ers, where most of the team is just freaking injured. So 38 million under the cap. Yeah, the Niners will have cap space to work with. So I can absolutely see the point where you probably don't want to trade for anyone this year, even if it's a 6th round pick, if they're going to eat up some significant cap, but if you can get a cheap, not that edge rushers are typically come cheap, but if you can get someone to help out a little bit, because at the end of the day, playing against the New York Giants, who are not a great football team next week, if you can win that, you're 6-3, 2 division games then. If you have Arden Key and then Bryce Huff comes back for those division games and Purdy's back and Ayuk's back, I'm not saying that you win both division games, but if you can win those, it's huge for the playoff implications. Refs call what they call and don't when they don't. Yeah. We will lose to the Giants playing like this. Yeah, it'll be a tough game. No game is a given in the NFL, but I just think Houston, they had us figured out from the get-go. So the punt bounces out of bounds at around midfield. Niners will have the ball. Shifty, see you next week when we lose to the Giants. Oh, come on, Eddie. A little bit of positivity. Let's go. So 53 seconds to go in the game. Can the Niners, the Texans, of course, they're going to be in prevent defense, but it would be nice even for garbage time. Can we get some yards going here? Get in the end zone. So finish off the game with a little bit of positivity. 1st and 10 at midfield. Empty backfield now. Jones in the shotgun. Snap is away. Jones gonna get sacked. And now I think you call it a day. Nobody getting open. Going to be loss of 10 on the play. Holy smokes. And now there's, with all the time that's taken off, 20 seconds to go, basically, in the game. Jones, just throw it, dude. Throws it downfield. Yeah, that's going to be incomplete. Anything can happen in the NFL. The Ravens beat up the Bears today, and the Ravens have looked really bad. I mean, I think that you're a realist. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I do think that the Niners are really missing. I mean, you're missing Pearsall as well. I almost forgot about Pearsall, who's having such a good year, and he's now missed a bunch of games, and it's just absolutely insane. But maybe Pearsall can be back for the Giants game. Who frickin' knows? Jones throws it. Caught. Jordan Watkins, the rookie, gets his first official NFL catch, and Watkins, keep that ball right there, because that's a big, that's a milestone, if you will. But his first NFL catch goes for 7 yards. It's going to be 4th and 13. 15 seconds to go in the game. Maybe you just Hail Mary this one, right? Maybe you just heave it up and... Eddie, we love you, bro. Snap is away. Jones throws it. Caught Kendrick Bourne. Shy of the first down. Not really sure what the hell that was all about, but 9 seconds to go. Texans win. 49ers, we moved to 5-3 on the season. Good job. I mean, the Texans just dominated us. They had a great game plan. They dominated our offense for the vast majority of the game. Great job, Demeco Ryans. Always have a lot of love for Demeco. He's just such a great job with San Francisco and doing good things in Houston. And well-earned win for the Houston Texans, everybody. Thank you all for watching this stream. Drop a like on the stream before you head out if you haven't already. Texans in victory formation. Texans are in victory formation. We'll see you guys next week for the 49ers taking on the Giants. Same time next week, everybody. We'll be here. Bye from everybody here. My better half says bye. And yeah, there we go. We only lost by 11. Only 11. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Appreciate all of you for hanging out. Yeah, next week, bounce back. Maybe we have some players come back healthy. Hopefully, Pearsall at least will be back. And maybe there will be some moves made, especially after the performance today. Potentially that triggers John Lynch to make a move. But we'll see how it all goes. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. DJ Gene says bye, better half. Thank you, everybody, guys. You all have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the rest of football. I know this game wasn't that enjoyable from a 49ers fan perspective, but we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Peace out. Before I go, I'm going to say 2 things. The butt counts, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you next week.